want to be here.
Yeah.
He was here. If you were here, you would have no control. Here, this wrist took everything.
Yeah.
And you like this?
Kanye on that drum. All right, so welcome back to Sunday's Corner, everybody. How you doing, sis? Welcome to the show.
Fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming through. If it seems like, oh, she's not even giving these people intros. No, I don't give them intros. I let them speak for them damn selves.
I thought my plight in life was about saving the world until I realized I didn't have the skills or the tools to save myself.
Yep. If you're not activating now, then what are you doing? Wasting my time, wasting your time. So let's go. Until next week.
Welcome. Her name is Kim Clayson. Clap it up for Kim Clayson. We love it. Kim Clayson, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, she is.
It does look good. We are going to be flipping seats. Like I said, a lot of the states did go through redistricting. Maryland was one of them, Florida, New Jersey. So we'll be flipping a lot of seats in really good areas.
Sonny Johnson.
Oh, is it on? Like, it ain't like I'm not loud enough. You can't hear it. You know, I can be loud without music. And that, you know, before that, I was always like, I'm Hotep Jesus. You know, I would always say that. But when you got to that point, when I was like, okay, now it's Hotep.
What point was that to?
Hotep the bill. The point where when you hit the realization that it's not about necessarily winning the argument or fighting with the left or fighting with, you know what I'm saying? No, it's not about that. Now, I'm going to create the platform where you can find the content.
These last 5 years of my life have been absolutely amazing, and Chad has been a mentor and helped shape my brain. So if they call me a radical, I've been radicalized by Chad and William Hill. He's the one that turned me into an anarchist.
Who's the bigger black supremacy? Talking about you guys.
The person who made sure we were government compliant and made us a non-profit organization officially. Shout out to Trish. Clap that for her. Did an amazing job helping me out. I really appreciate her. Shout out to Crypto Wendy for coming out. Thank you, Crypto Wendy. Wendy, shout out to Syscoin, our sponsor. You know, shout out to Brody McFarland.
Secret Service, my handler. Take a picture of that arrogant like a mother.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there, you understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
Two, one, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
and
that's
I was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
What's up, people? Hotep Jesus, we back.
Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
How y'all feeling out there? Montoya, what up? What was I gonna say? Oh, we're early today. We're like 3 minutes early. Show's supposed to start at 2. And here I am showing up 3 minutes early to the party. Wait, does it go this way or this way? Yeah. I don't think a certain demographic of people like that I wear my hat like this. I think they find it offensive or it disturbs them, or I don't know. I think it sparks some preconceived notions about me. It's triggering that I haven't snapped my snapback, but I can't snap it. Like, it literally, it's just too big for my head. It's too big. Otherwise, it would look like this. And to me, that's just, first of all, it's uncomfortable for me. I can feel it squeezing my head. But you know, the just like this just seems just a lot cooler. It seems a lot cooler. Shine behavior. Yeah, absolutely. Could definitely be deemed as shine behavior. You know. But you know, ever since I was a kid, I pretty much, that's how I rock my hats. I always rock my hats like to the side. When I was a kid, I always rocked my hats like this, to the side and backwards. Unless it was sunny, I wanted to get the sun out of my eyes, I'd wear it, you know, straight forward. But also, like, when I wear this hat straight forward, like, it looks gay as shit. Like, this just looks gay. It just doesn't. This right here, you know, this is the vibe. You got the 47 in front, you know. Seems more festive. Well, what do I know? Strong Dad in the house. What up, Strong Dad? And then, you know, because here's the thing. I've been thinking a lot about this show, the Grift Report, and it's only a couple months new, and, You know, I just think to myself, I wonder what people think when they see me on their screen. You know, I got my hat turned backwards. I'm wearing a fucking Versace bathrobe. They must be like, I don't like this guy. They've got it. I'm sure they just straight off of appearance. They got to be like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? And why won't he wear his hat properly? And how come he doesn't put on any clothes for his stream? So let's do a poll. Style preference. Let's see what you guys think. So we got two options here. Current style is shine it up. The other one's going to be dress it up. Let's see what the community says. My fate is now in your hands. Ambo says, really trying to figure out what social box to put you in. You know, that's what sucks about being me. That's what sucks about being me. There's no box you can, like, what box do you put me in? Like, I don't even know what box to put me in. I don't even know what box to put me in, which makes me very difficult to sell. Like, imagine like my team when they go to sponsors, right? And they're like, hey, I got this cool guy, Hotep Jesus. Yeah, tell me about him. Exactly. You can't put me in a box. You know, you can't say, oh, he's a gun guy. You can't say he's a free speech guy. You can't say he's a capitalist guy, you know. Musicology says, how about the option, I don't give a fuck, we for the information. I like that. That's what I was hoping for. Davion says, you are the box. Thank you. Ambo says it's great. Then we can actually listen to what you say. That's how I thought about this. I figured, you know, like, I'll come dressed like mad crazy like I am now. And hopefully you guys can just look past all of this and just listen to the information. That's what I thought would be best for all parties. JA says, the boxless box says Hotep Goldstein. Black Hotep says, I'd rather you look like this than talk about Bud Light people every episode like the quartering. JA says, when you go to public appearances, you dress well. For live streams, who cares? Yeah. I'm going to come to this motherfucker naked one day. I'm going to be naked on stream. How about that? I ain't going to have no shirt on, no clothes. K Green says, do what makes you comfortable. This is what makes me comfortable. How I'm dressing now is I feel the most comfortable this way, but nobody likes it. Nobody likes it. You know? Everybody's going to come to the channel. I'm going to go on Gutfeld. They're going to see me on Gutfeld. They're going to come here. They're going to see me like this. And you're like, oh, this isn't the black guy I signed up for. Who the hell is this guy? He's a fucking nigger. He's a fucking cone shine. You know? They're going to see me on some other channel. They're going to see another version of me. Then they're going to come here and be like, what the fuck is this shit? You know? Save the dresser for the big house. Put a Newport behind my ear. I should get a Newport and put it behind my ear. That's a good idea. Just really go all in shine, right? So 61% say shine it up. That leaves us with, 62% now. Leaves us with 38%. 38% wants me to clean up my act, which is a significant portion. It's a significant portion. K Green says he loves Gutfeld. So you don't mind my appearance today? I'm sorry, guys. I started to stream early today, and honestly, the only way I can stream is just to be myself and talk about things that are actually on my mind instead of coming on here and trying to you know, be a fake broadcaster. I don't know I don't even know how to do this broadcast shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just tell you what the fuck is on my mind, and that was on my mind. You know, it's been on my mind all morning. Like, what the fuck? How should I dress for my stream? Am I supposed to be, you know, wearing a suit and tie every fucking day to fucking get viewers on the channel? Like, I can't do this, and I just know white people hate seeing me in a Versace robe. I can feel it. I can feel it. They're like, I'm not gonna super chat this guy. He spends his money on Versace. You know, they're gonna do that type of shit. BET won't take me. I can't do BET. BET won't take me. I'm way too, I don't know, right wing or some shit. Spencer O'Hare says, haven't you said that your socials are not a democracy, they are an autocracy? Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I have said that. Maybe I'm getting soft in my old age. The Grift Report is supposed to be laid back and bringing the heat. Yeah. He said, what if the people watching you are in their robe? It's a good question. It's a good question. Tari said, I'm out here cooning. Bro, I don't know what I'm doing. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Humanoid said, dude, dress however you want. Lizette says I look amazing. Thank you. Grifted up with some malt liquor. I should just start drinking fucking old English on stream and shit. Fuck it, right? Just fucking shine it all the way up. I got some whiskey over here. I got like a little bit of whiskey and shit. I might save that for Thursday. All right, let's get into the report, man. Let's get into the Grift Report. You know, like I said before, I hate being me sometimes. You know, the problem is you educate yourself to a certain level to where you lose visibility at a certain level, right? So when you start educating yourself, let's say you're a black kid, right? You start educating yourself on like African history, right? And you find out about all these great kings and queens and empires and shit. And now you run out on the internet and you're telling everybody, oh, we was kangs, right? And then you're over that, right? Then you start getting into like diet and you're like, oh, I'm an anti-vaxxer. We got to watch diet. And you become vegan. You go through all this shit. And then you're like, all right, I'm over that. Right? Then you dive into some more information like chemtrails and, you know, some other shit. And you're like, you know, CERN and aliens. And you're like, all right, I'm over that. Then you're diving in and you're like, you know, globalism and all this other shit. And then you're like, all right, I'm over that. Then you write a book on fucking central banking and whatnot. And you're definitely not over that. But everybody else is over that. So it's like the shit that you're interested in, like nobody gives a fuck about. Like the shit that's most important, nobody gives a fuck about. So now you've landed at a point where like now you're unrelatable. Like nobody can relate to you. So you're forced now to talk about some bullshit just so people can relate to you. This is my life. This is my life where I wake up every day and find some bullshit to talk about so people can relate to me. For example, we just had the Alabama brawl. Okay, we had the Alabama brawl and this was big hoopla. Now, I saw the Alabama brawl the day before. It was big news. I looked at it. I watched the video. Maybe once, maybe twice. I don't remember. And I just kept it moving. Like, it didn't catalog in my mind as an important event. Because I'm so fucking detached from this world. I've studied so much history that I don't see the present anymore. I just see another historical event of past. So, like, now I've relied mostly on my producers. My producers are the ones like, here are the important things that people are talking about. And I go through those and decide what I'm going to talk about. Like today, I had no idea what I was going to talk about. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to get through this show. One, without Starbucks. So I went to Starbucks and got me, you know, my usual. So I was like, I'm going to need that. But how I'm going to get through the show? How am I even going to find anything of interest to myself that I can talk at length? So that was a big fucking issue. I was trying to figure out what we were going to talk about today. We gotta be honest with you, just wasn't very motivated to do the show today. It just wasn't very motivated, you know. Yeah, it's just like I just want to fucking read books and fucking talk about them, you know. I might turn this channel to a book club thing one day. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my life. Anyway, let's go to the Grift Report. What the fuck is in the bag today? What the producers got in here? Let's see. Yeah, Twitter cut some checks. Jamel Hill's back at it again. Fucking, we're talking about Christopher Columbus. Niggas in space. I don't feel like talking about this shit. I don't feel like talking about this shit. I don't feel like talking about niggas in space. All right, let's start off with Eminem and his disappointment. He's just been a huge fucking disappointment, you know, like, and I used to work for 50, and, you know, this might ruin my relationship with 50, but fuck Eminem, yo. I gotta be honest with you. Fuck him, yo. I used to fucking love this guy, man. He just fucking turned into such a fucking bitch, yo. And I hate to say it, but like, on drugs, Eminem is much better than a clean Eminem. He needs to fucking get back on drugs.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
This dude fucking makes me sick. Let's listen to this bullshit.
When I start talking about Trump, I get too flustered in my head.
That's the problem, yo. You fucking got TDS, yo. When I start talking about Trump, I get flustered in my head. What kind of bitch ass shit is this? Kind of bitch ass shit is this? And you know what? Like, I gotta question myself. Like, is he overcompensating for being a famous white rapper? The most famous white rapper ever? Arguably the most famous rapper ever? Is this compensation of some sort of white guilt? Because once upon a time he got canceled for saying the word nigga. Remember how homophobic his lyrics used to be? Give me old Eminem, yo. This new Eminem, yo. So it's like, is he a fucking agent out of Langley? Have they co-opted him? Is he virtue signaling? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, yo? And the shit that pisses me off the most is this motherfucker is misleading hip hop culture. You are an icon in hip hop. If you don't know what the fuck you talking about, shut the fuck up. Fucking got TDS and shit, man. You sound fucking stupid, yo. Everybody's fucking worried about Trump. Oh, Trump. You sound like bitches.
And
Biden fucking tells motherfuckers, you ain't vote for me, you ain't black. Nobody says fucking shit. No, you don't hear a fucking peep from nobody. Nobody says fucking shit. Trump runs and all of a sudden everybody's just fucking up in arms and shit.
the shit that I want to say, there's too many things I want to say at once. So sometimes I start talking and I'm not able to convey the message the right way.
Because you don't know what the fuck you talking about. That's why you can't convey the message. Because you don't know what the fuck you talking about. It's all pure emotions, and you've been manipulated, Eminem. You suck at life now, bro.
Way because I just get flustered and frustrated watching him play to his base that thinks that he cares about them, and it's actually the people that he cares about the fucking least.
Yo, he says this shit like it's unique with Trump. Like this doesn't go for every fucking politician since the beginning of fucking time. This is not unique to Trump. All politicians play towards their base and they fucking lie to us and we eat it up and we go fucking vote. This is not fucking new, Eminem. Just because you don't like the people that vote for him, don't make what he's doing new, Eminem. This shit's not fucking unique, and nobody cares if Trump cares for us. You know what the fuck we care about, Eminem? Our fucking bank accounts, bro. The price of food and gas, Eminem. Inflation's through the fucking roof. Ain't nobody making money like they was making money under Trump. Here you is bitching. Fucking bitching. Kind of shit is this? Nobody give a fuck about, oh, he doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about you. Some fucking female fucking emotions, yo. Who's gonna care about me? Nobody gives a fuck about you, people. Look at your loved ones. If your loved ones don't give a fuck about you, the rest of us damn sure don't. Focus on yourself. Isn't that what Nerd told y'all? Focus on your immediate circle. Oh, he doesn't care about us. I don't give a fuck what he cares about or if he cares about me. All I know is his economics works for my bank account. He's giving tax breaks to the top. That's fucking amazing. He should do that. Then they got more money to fucking spend and blow on our economy. You fucking want to pull the Clinton economics and send all the fucking jobs overseas to Ukraine and shit. And India and Pakistan. And then wonder why Americans can't get a fucking job. Oh, he don't care about us. I don't give a fuck about care. Fuck I'm gonna do with care. What the fuck am I gonna do with care? I can't feed my kids with care. I can't put money in my bank account with this motherfucker's care. I can't put gas in the car without fucking care. Fuck I'm gonna do with some care, Eminem. Since when the fuck did you care, Eminem? The fuck is wrong with you? Lost your motherfucking mind. Misleading my motherfucking people.
If you're talking about his core being, you know...
His core. Everybody's worried about his fucking core. You don't even know his fucking core. Matter of fact, you used to be his core, motherfucker.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Remember when you was his core on 8 Mile, motherfucker? White trash, trailer park trash? You was his motherfucking core. Did you put him in a music video once upon a time? His core. Maybe you need to go back to being his core, Eminem. Marshall fucking Mathers. Used to be one of my favorite artists. You fucking upset me. Between you, Talib Kweli, and Lupe Fiasco, I don't even want to meet any more of my favorite rappers. You niggas disappoint me. All you niggas disappoint me.
A majority white middle class. What I don't understand is...
Majority white middle class. Jesus fucking Christ.
How in the fuck do you feel like you relate to a billionaire who has never known struggle his entire fucking life?
Relate? Relate? Nobody gives a fuck. Here you go with these emotions and shit. Care. How do you relate? Can you relate to Trump? Trump said, fuck them immigrants. I'm gonna make your bank account great again. I can relate to the fucking talking points, Eminem. That's what the fuck I can relate to, Eminem. What the fuck else, Joe? I don't need to fucking relate to a motherfucker to know he good for my bank account. I don't relate to your dumb ass. I listen to your albums. I don't know what it's like to want to kill my mama and my girlfriend and bury people in the trunk of my car. I still listen to that dumb ass shit, and I fucking enjoyed it. But I couldn't relate to none of your fucking struggle. I didn't grow up poor, couldn't relate to the shit, but I loved it. The fuck relate got to do with any motherfucking thing?
I will say this, he talks a good one. And if...
He talks a good one. That's his fucking job, you moron. He's in politics. You gotta talk a good one. That's his fucking job. The issue is the rest of these motherfuckers don't talk a good one. The last motherfucker that talked a good one was Barack Obama. You ain't had a slick-tongued motherfucker since. Barack Obama and Donald Trump, slickest tongue motherfuckers out here, and Trump is beating Obama.
You're in his base. You're a core. Let's say you're going to the rallies or whatever. You watch him on TV. You hear him.
Let's talk about these rallies. If I pull up to a BLM rally with a Trump hat on, what the fuck will happen? But if I pull up to a Trump rally with a BLM hat on, I'll be safe as shit. Explain to me that one, Eminem. Marshall fucking Mathers. You let the motherfucking Hollywood music execs fuck your head up. You ain't read not a single book. What the fuck you been reading? Who's been educating Eminem? Who the fuck is talking to Eminem about politics? Who is in his fucking ear with this shitty ass politics? That's what the fuck I want to know. The fuck happened to Eminem?
Talking this shit. There's part of me that understands, like, all right, he's somehow still got them because he's brainwashing them into thinking that something great is gonna happen.
Brainwashing, Lord have mercy. Brainwashing. Now we're gonna talk about brainwashing. Meanwhile, you part of the biggest brainwash machine on the planet, the fucking music industry, Eminem. And you want to fucking talk about brainwashing when you're a part of the largest fucking brainwashing power the planet has ever seen. Entertainment, motherfucker. Culture come before politics, you dumbass. And what was you telling kids? You was telling kids to pop Vicodin, motherfucker. And now you worried about what Trump is talking about. Brainwashing. Who the fuck brainwashed you, Eminem? That's what the fuck I want to know. Ain't nobody brainwashed. I don't need to be brainwashed to know the difference between 0 and 1 in my motherfucking bank account, Eminem. I don't need a motherfucking education to tell I've lost 100%, 50% of my streams, 50% of my views since Trump left. I don't got to be a fucking math whiz to realize I lost 75% of my income when Biden got fucking elected. You don't got to be a math genius for that, motherfucker. Brainwash that shit.
Nothing's happening. Nothing is happening.
A lot happened when he was in the goddamn president's seat. My bank account was looking healthy.
I don't know, man. I get really.
I know you don't know.
Flustered.
You flustered because you know what the fuck you talking about. You need to come talk to Hotep Jesus so we can talk about this shit, Marshall fucking Mathers.
When I talk about it.
Motherfucker talking out the side of his fucking face. Royce the 5'9" been in M's head? Ain't no way Royce thinks like that. Ain't no way Royce thinks like that. I refuse to believe Royce thinks like that. The View, he been watching The View? I want the old Eminem back. I want the old Eminem back. That's what the fuck I want. The fuck? What kind of bullshit is this? He said, Atari said, no way Royce don't think like that. I know Royce don't think like that. Royce shouted out the Hoteps on his album, don't forget. Retro Neon, he said, I love the fact that Trump lives in Eminem's head rent-free. Wouldn't surprise me if Eminem and Dre were gay lovers, trailer park. Listen, man, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm not here to get into nobody's sex life. All I know is something's fucking suspicious, man. And I want to know why the fuck all these rappers is on the wrong side of the fucking political aisle. I said this dude talking like he ain't white or rich. Big facts. J.A. said, Hotep and Bill, thank you for the super chat. Rumble winning the super chat race right now. We appreciate you. Yeah, he been shitting on politicians forever. Now all of a sudden it's just Trump. This shit frustrates me like no other. Because motherfuckers is going to look at that shit and be like, but Eminem said, Eminem, what the fuck he talking about? What else is in the bag today? Let's talk about Jamil Hill. Let's see what the fuck is going on with her ass. Speaking of misleading motherfuckers. Carly Russell faked her own kidnapping in June. Shit went viral. This happened in Alabama. Coincidentally. So Jamil Hill jumps into the conversation. Carly Russell is a black woman. Why is that important? It wasn't until last week in former ESPN co-host Jamil Hill depicted Russell as a victim of racism, black girl racism, that is. Here she says, Alabama gonna Alabama every time, Hill tweeted atop an article reporting on the legislation. She already been charged and will likely have to pay restitution, Hill adds. Zero problem with that. What I'm saying is this lawmaker is being overzealous because the black woman was at the center of this hoax. Promise you, had she been a white woman, nobody would be introducing a law to strengthen the laws about lying to the cops. Here we go to straw man shit. I hate when motherfuckers create, straw man arguments. I hate doing it with the whole Trump and Hunter Biden shit, but that's one straw man that's always going to stand the test of time. That's not even a straw man. That's one of the strongest straw man you ever have. If Donald J. Trump Jr. Was caught with the shit that Hunter was caught with, oh, that shit would be everywhere in the news. Like that. That's not a straw man argument that somebody could fairly say is not plausible. Okay. But when you start saying shit like, oh, if it was a white woman, would they be introducing this law? It's like, I don't know. I need to see a ton of evidence or some evidence to back up that claim. And that's the thing. A lot of these people make straw man arguments and then have no backup. No backup. Here she is. She says she's already been charged with and will likely have to pay restitution. Zero problem with that. What I'm saying is this lawmaker is being overzealous because the black woman was at the center of this hoax. Now, the reason why it's hard for me to run along with this straw man is mostly because this follows Jussie Smollett. And who is the other hoax? We just had another hoax too. Help me out. But Jussie Smollett, right? Jussie was out here with the hoax. Now you got this hoax. So it's just like, at some point you're like, maybe we should do something about this because motherfuckers keep creating all these hoaxes. And she goes on to say, I promise you, had she been a white woman, nobody would be introducing a law to strengthen this. I mean, really, what is this? Really, like, what is this? This is the Grift Report. So in the Grift Report, we're going to call out all the grifters and all the different grifts. But the fact of the matter is, this is the race grift. And Jamil Hill gets paid off of the race grift. The race grift is one of the most lucrative jobs a black person can have. You will always be ultimately employed by black people if you follow the race grift. Okay? The race grift entails being a racist watchdog. Oh, these motherfuckers is racist over here, and look at these racist motherfuckers over here. Just a bunch of people who have not healed yet. That's really what this comes down to. A bunch of people who have not healed yet, or people who have healed taking advantage of people who have not healed and forcing them down this path of fucking mental illness. Oh, the white man did this. The white man did that. The white man. And then be all off. Pointing at all the wrong shit. Like, if you're going to do it, at least point at the right shit. I'll show you later on in this presentation. Because I had to add some big brain shit to this presentation just for me to show up. But that's what it comes down to. It's just a fucking race grift. Some people do it because they actually care. When I was Ali Shakur, I did it because I actually cared. The problem is I actually cared. And I got canceled because I actually cared. Because when it came down to it, I wasn't willing to sit and wallow in the pain. I wanted to do something about it. And the minute I wanted to do something about it, I was excommunicated. I was a sellout. I was a coon. The minute I wanted to actually alleviate the pain, how dare you? How dare you try to alleviate the pain with the white man's dollar, capitalism, and free market? How dare you? because these motherfuckers was brainwashed into thinking capitalism is something that the white man invented. That's what they believe. They believe the white man invented capitalism. The truth of the matter is Jewish people invented modern capitalism. This is public information. I'm not making this up. Modern capitalism. In fact, I would have to say the greatest minds to ever come out of white culture are Jewish. Jewish people created everything great that white people take credit for. Like when alt-right complains and they go, oh, you guys don't have a high IQ score, then they complain about Jews. I'm like, well, you know, a Jew created the intelligence quotient, right? Some of the greatest minds to ever come out of Europe have all been Jewish. Academia created by Jewish men. And I absolutely love it. But meanwhile, white people want to take credit for the great things that Jewish people have done and then complain about the power that Jewish people had. It's not Jewish people's fault that they chose to read a fucking book and you chose to pick up a sword. When the white man chose to pick up a sword, the Jewish man picked up a calculator.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
You niggas didn't want to fucking learn math. That's not what the white man wanted to do. In fact, in the early Yamnaya cultures, if you were smart, they considered that shit like a kind of sorcery. And you were killed and ostracized from the group if you got too smart, if you became smart. This was European culture. Okay? I don't even remember where I was going with that. Fact of the matter is, you got all these motherfuckers out here race hustling, and nobody wants to tell the truth. Nobody wants to fucking tell the truth. That's the fact of the matter is. Ms. Niger of Joy, do you have any interest in linking up with Crowder and what he's doing, replatforming some canceled people like Alex Jones? Yeah, hit me up. I'm down to work with whoever, I guess. He just better not do no gay shit around me. I'm good. Tonight a Science Guy, burn the witch. That's another great example. Exactly. They fucking burning witches and shit. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? The greatest white people to ever cross this planet have been Jewish.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
They have been. Albert Einstein. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yes, that's right. The Greek out of Africa theory. Yes. All right, let's go to what the fuck is that book? And I have a copy of this too. My spelling is all off. Right here, The Development of Capitalism in Egypt. Nah, that's not a good article. I'm looking for the book. Damn. It's upstairs. Hold on. I'm gonna go look in. I gotta look at my Amazon recent orders. Hold on. Let me look at my. I'm gonna bring you up a book. Bought this last year, so it's not. So it's gonna be. All right. Let's see here. Where is it? And I don't want to hear your shit about, Kemet wasn't black. I don't want to hear your shit. All right. I want to hear your fucking shit just because you got fucking white insecurity and shit. I don't want to hear your fucking shit today, okay? Fucking black people was in Egypt in the early dynasties. We created that shit. It's fucking documented. Matter of fact, there was a kid in the Hotep Nation chat who was trying to refute the evidence. And I never argue with him because I refuse to argue over this topic because it's just like you're just fucking blatantly ignorant and choose to be ignorant. of facts. So I don't argue over this topic, okay? He went to a museum. Bruh goes to a museum and sees the exact evidence that Shaka be teaching. In the museum, they're telling you about how ancient Nubians ran that whole region that they now call Egypt in antiquity. He's like, oh shit, maybe I need to listen to more Shaka. Yeah, maybe, motherfucker. But you had to wait for a white man to put up a fucking museum in order for you to fucking believe this shit. Meanwhile, Shaka done quoted every fucking authoritative figure on the topic. White. Okay, here it goes. Found it. This is the name of the book right here. All right. We're going to show you, because niggas like to say capitalism is the white man shit. Here we go. This is the name of the book right here. I'm going to put on your screen. See the book right there? I got a physical copy of this. It's called The Ancient Egyptian Economy, 3000 to 30 BCE. And it shows the earliest coinage. Some of the earliest coinage. Published July, or online publication is July 2016, Cambridge University. All right. So capitalism's fucking old as shit. So motherfuckers is brainwashing black people into thinking that capitalism is some white man invention, and it's not. Now let me give you another book. Remember I told you Jews invented modern capitalism? They admit it. They admit it. Let's go to that. Right here. Oh, wow. I found a whole PDF. This is a great book right here. You motherfuckers is not as studied as me. That's why you motherfuckers is anti-Semites. Because if you were a good individual and you studied, you wouldn't be an anti-Semite. You'd appreciate the contributions of Jewish people to our fucking civilization. And you would not practice anti-Semitism. Here it is right here. The Jews in Modern Capitalism by Werner Sombart. Translated by M. Epstein. These are Jews writing about Jews now. This is not no, white man shit and all of that. No. Foundation of modern colonies. They're showing you how they this is their creation. White man ain't built America, Jews did.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I want to go to the introduction because he says something. For some years past, Sombart has been considering the revision of his magnum opus on modern capitalism. In the course of his studies, came across the problem, quite accidentally, as he himself tells us, of the relationship between the Jews and modern capitalism. The topic fascinated him, and he set about inquiring what that relationship precisely was. The results of his labor were published in his book. And I got a whole bunch of books on various topics I'll share with you guys at HotepCon next week. We wish to discover to what extent a group of people, the Jews, influence or have influenced the form and development of the modern economic life. Right? I'm not going to find a quote right away. It has often been asserted that Jews have no inventive powers, right? He says here, it's been purported that they have no inventive powers and that not only technical but also economic discoveries were made by non-Jews alone, and that Jews have always been able to cleverly utilize the ideas of others. I dissent from this general view in its entirety. We meet with Jewish inventors in the sphere of technical science and certainly that of economics. Okay? And then this book will outline all of their contributions to the modern capitalist system. I've read this book. Right? Okay. Apparently 10 and give Jews. What today? And it's the same members of people who profess the Jewish faith. And then now withdrawn from the name of descendants. This must be born. Determine the amount of economic life. There's something that Jews in all ages. I'm gonna read this last page. I'm gonna scan this. Migrations, religious migrations. All right, I'm not going to find the quote. It's in here somewhere, but it's okay. In his book, he basically says, Jews invented modern capitalism. Somewhere in one of these chapters. It might be this one. I can't remember. But it's in here. I put the book on your desk. You know what I'm saying? You're welcome. You're welcome. White people ain't invent shit. It's just facts. Very few contributions. Very few contributions. The greatest minds out of the white race comes from Jewish people. Just facts. Just facts. Cuban libertarian rappers get paid by them. James Wilk putting funds on the Maker's Mark, homie. Appreciate you, bro. Stewart, $4.99. Thank you, bro. Hey, man. YouTube in the lead now. Damn. YouTube just blessed me with the super chats. Appreciate you. Yeah, he says they think black people were eating sticks and dirt until they met whites. Yeah. And then so let me just complete this subject matter and then we'll move on. People talk about the power that Jewish people have. Right? Watch this. I'm gonna show you something. Watch this. Watch me do this search. I typed in Jewish schools in New Jersey. It's so crazy they got ads for the best Jewish school in New Jersey. Right? Look at all these. Look at all these. 23 best Jewish schools in New Jersey. Let's take a look. Look at these. These are all Jewish schools. These are all Jewish schools. You see these? See these, right? Still scrolling. Lakewood got a lot of them. Lakewood got a lot. Lakewood's got a huge Jewish community. So my issue is with fucking anti-Semitism, you sound like the Shines. Oh, the white man got power. The white man got power. Maybe because the white man got priorities. Then you got the white nationalists mad at Jewish people. Well, maybe because they got their priorities in order. When you motherfuckers was drinking wine and getting drunk, they were selling it to you. They were selling it to you while forbidding their community not to drink it. Who's really smart here? You mad because you picked up some trash ass major at university and they picked up law and banking. The two most important things that govern any organism on this planet. Economics. You mad because they educate their kids. Why don't you educate yours? Where the white man school at? Oh, you lost the country. So you can't even say you're white no more. So I don't want to hear from fucking the anti-Semites and all that shit and complaining about Jewish power. I've been there. I've done that. This shit's corny. Oh, the Jews run Hollywood. The Jews run Hollywood. The Jews run the music industry. What do you run, motherfucker? What do you and your people run? Nothing, exactly. That's the big problem. You ain't created shit. You're sitting around complaining about what other motherfuckers done created. This is how I healed. by saying white people have done great things, black people have done great things, all types of people have done great things, and people have done some shitty things. But you motherfuckers complain about power is some bitches. Complaining about power is some bitch shit. Don't matter what kind of power it is, Jewish power, black power, white power, Indian power, complaining about power is some bitch ass shit. Now we can take a look at the central banking system. We can take a look at the IMF and all these different organizations, right, that hold a tremendous amount of power over our lives. Does it make sense to complain about that? I would say so. Because that's a different type of power. We're not complaining. See, we're not saying these are people. We are talking about institutions. Those are two completely different conversations. If you say an institution is draining a people, then we can attack the institution. But once you start saying Jewish people, it's like, which one, motherfucker? The one that I'm homies with? Which one, motherfucker? No, let's talk about the institutions and attack the institutions. Goldstein called in yesterday, said, how come people ain't lined up at the Fed? It's a good question. Because you're too worried about Jewish people. You're too worried about black people. You're too worried about white people. Everybody caught up on this race shit. And that's the whole trick. But do I come on here and complain about the banking system? No, I laugh at that shit. That shit is fucking hilarious. If you ever see me cover SBF or FTX, that shit's hilarious to me that these people are able to get away with this shit. But I do this to educate people on how the system works so they know about the one thing that nobody talks about it because it's a boring subject, is banking and capitalism, like real capitalism. Shit that happens with capital. These are the things I care about. These are the things I talk about. But you don't see me going on my Twitter and going, yo, let's end the Fed like the libertarians. I don't tweet that shit. I may have when I was younger, when I first found out about the Fed, but I don't say end the Fed anymore. Because I don't like complaining about power. What I will say is, hey, look, Thomas Sowell mentioned in his book, chapter 16, Basic Economics, he said you would fail his basic course on economics if you said to raise interest rates during a recession, and that's exactly what the Federal Reserve did. I'm not complaining. What I'm doing is I'm analyzing somebody's specific actions in a scientific way so people can understand how they're being defrauded, the precedent of them being defrauded, as in detailed in my book, The PragerU Report. Because I look at people and they're like, oh, America, we got to save America. I'm like, America was never designed to be anything but a fucking imperialist empire. And we just had Thad on and he told you that was straight out of Thomas Jefferson. I didn't need to read Thomas Jefferson's book to know that shit. I could just look at my own book and tell they set this shit up to be an imperialist empire. This ain't no land of the free. So I seen that's why I named the book The PragerU Report, because all the people call themselves patriots need to read the motherfucker. The problem is patriots are jingos. They're caught up in jingoism. Let's put that on the screen. Here you go, right here. Jingoism. Extreme nationalism characterized especially by a belligerent foreign policy, chauvinistic patriotism. You motherfuckers got jingoism. You really give a fuck about this country? I give a fuck about the people of this country, but America and United States, these fucking corporate entities, I don't give a fuck about these shits. I care about people. I care about so-called citizens. I don't give a fuck about this country. And everybody gives a fuck about this country. Oh, our founding fathers. The founding fathers give a fuck about you. Remember when Eminem was talking about, Trump don't care about you? That's how y'all sound talking about the founding fathers did this shit for us. No. The founding fathers didn't give a fuck about you. They wasn't thinking about you. They was thinking about themselves. They wanted to ingratiate themselves with the king. They wanted their own empire. They wanted to be like the king. Okay? This nation was not created for the free. or to be free. And you're going to get your jingos in the chat. Well, move to another country. Move to another country. How when the Western powers have destroyed every nation on the planet? You can't. You can't. You got me ranting on a Tuesday. The will to power, as Nietzsche conceives it, is neither good nor bad. It is a basic drive found in everyone, but one that expresses itself in many different ways. I like that. I like that. Metastep said, thank you for the super chat. He said, when I met Kweli, I told him I was making a mixtape. He said, that's dope. Fast forward to 2020, he calls me a culture vulture and a racist. Hey, listen, when he's face to face, it's completely different than on the internet. It's really weird. Lakewood got hospitals, schools, businesses, and nursing homes. From cradle to the grave, they got themselves. Exactly. Exactly. He said, y'all change the story and who built America every few years. I've been consistent. I'll tell you right away it was Freemasons. I'll cover that a bunch of times. Huh? Covered that a bunch of times. Hey, if you want to get in on these phone lines, 202-596-5631, 202-596-5631. Text that number with Hotep in your name, and I'll get you in line. Hold on, I got some more super chats over here on Rumble. Let me get to these super chats. Shout out to Nine. I used to live in a Jewtown over here. Got the best schools and even a museum. See what I'm saying? Troublemaker Joni says the rabbinical class is no different than the priest class. The whore of Babylon wearing two faces. Every cares about the presented face and not the true face. See? Jonah's a studied man. And that's the thing, like, people that say, you know, things about black people, and really what they're talking about is like the black people they see on their TV screens. But they don't represent black people, just like the Jewish people you see in positions of power don't represent all Jewish people. This is the issue. Fuego de Bacerero says Ron Paul has said he used ending the Fed to get people to think and read, to just ask questions. I like that. I like that. I would never do that though. I would never make my call to action end the Fed. No. I would call into question their actions. But you don't even have educated people in Congress to have these conversations. I watched deposition after deposition and hearings after hearings when Ben Bernanke was up there, and half these guys are paid off. The other half aren't even mentally equipped. They don't ask the right questions. Just like when you got those big tech guys in Congress. Those people in Congress are so fucking old, they don't know what questions to ask in regards to social media censorship. And half of them are paid off. The other half are too old to even know what the fuck to say. I remember when censorship was a big thing. I've talked about censorship. I don't go around complaining about censorship. And people, I spoke to some dude. He called me up. He's like, Hotep, aren't you mad about this censorship? I'm like, no. Like, I fully expect the left to be censoring people. Like, if I had a social media app, I'd be censoring the fuck out you motherfuckers. You would think the left was fucking Jesus compared to my ass. It wouldn't be no porn on that motherfucker. A lot of shit would be cut the fuck out fucking with me. Trolling would be cut the fuck out. I wouldn't be paying nobody. Now they got this Twitter monetization program where everybody getting paid. All the motherfuckers do is go on somebody else's page, steal their video, repurpose it, and then they getting paid for stealing people's work. I'd lock them motherfuckers up. You fucking thief. You're an internet thief. You stole somebody else's video, reposted it for likes and views, gave it a new caption, slapped a new label on. It's like white labeling. This is like internet white labeling. White labeling tweets. But I don't complain about this censorship. Shit happens. You just fucking move on. YouTube fucking block me. Fucking fuck it. You know, we go to Rumble. Complaining about power is some bitch ass shit, man. It's a bitch ass shit. We can look at power. We can analyze power. We can talk about how power operates. Because you should know how power operates. That way you can get some power of your own. I'm not going to sit up here and fucking complain about this shit, man. All day, every day. Some bitch ass shit. Some people make whole careers off of complaining about people. Various groups of people. Anyway, let's go back in the bag. Where is my All right, let's see here. Last topic. Motherfucking. What is this? I'm not even gonna look at that today. Let's look at this. Excuse me. Ron DeSantis' administration has approved Prager University videos to teach children about slavery. PragerU is a fake, unaccredited far-right organization. One of their kids' videos has Christopher Columbus telling them that slavery was no big deal. All right, let's take a look. When I first saw the caption, I was like, I probably can't believe this guy. Then I listened to the video.
Slavery is as old as time and has taken place in every corner of the world, even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? Before you judge, you must ask yourself, what did the culture and society of the time treat as no big deal? Slave.
This ain't even good counter propaganda. This ain't even good counter propaganda. Because on one side, you have the leftists who push the propaganda of slavery, slavery, slavery. And on the right, it's like slavery wasn't a big deal. Obviously, the motherfucker was a big deal if niggas was making money off the shit. Big deals was happening over the course of slavery. But I get what you're saying. You're basically saying nobody would bat an eye at the thought of being a slave. I get that shit. I get that shit. That shit sounds cute and all. It's just poorly constructed counter propaganda. And for what? Like, who is the target demographic here for this? Is it children? Keep in mind, this is from the same people who yesterday we played a video that said if you're fucking watching child anime porn, you didn't do evil. And here we have PragerU teaching kids through anime, so I can't trust this shit.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Kids will not be watching nothing on fucking PragerU. I bet you that. This shit looks like really fucking bad propaganda. They got all the things you could be teaching kids, and it's just like, you're going to teach kids that at that time slavery wasn't that big of a deal? Whether that's right or wrong is inconsequential, because what we're dealing with here is opportunity cost. While you were teaching that, what else could you have been teaching them? What else could you have taught about history to empower children? What if I wanted to empower white children? If I wanted to empower white children, I wouldn't bring up slavery. I'd bring up something else. Some great leader of some sort, some great economic feat, some sort of technological advancement. You know, something to move us forward, not something that's going to really like have us looking backwards. Hold on, I want to play this.
Slavery is as old as time and has taken place in every corner of the world, even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no?
That's the part that killed me. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? Is it? Is it? Is it? Because some people have chosen death. Many natives have chosen death over being captured and tortured in slavery. So what the fuck are you actually teaching kids? You're teaching kids, hey, let's make a decision between slavery and death. What? What? What kind of options are there? Can I get a third option, please? What about fucking autonomy? Now I got to choose between slavery and death. I don't like any of these options. What the fuck are we talking about here? Give me liberty or give me death. Who said that? Wasn't that one of y'all founding fathers? Who the fuck made this shit? Sanaa said white labeling tweets is insane. Yo, this is insane, bro. Absolutely insane. This ain't it. This ain't it. What up, Donde? The fuck is going on here? If you had to choose, but isn't it better to be a slave? What? Not to some of us, motherfuckers. You see what they're teaching children? That ain't even something you want to teach a young boy. If you teach a masculinity, you would tell your son, yo, before you let somebody turn you into they bitch, nigga, you better die for yours. That's some shit you might want to teach a little white boy. You teaching a white boy it's better to fucking be a slave than to die. Is this the fucking counter propaganda y'all coming up with? Again, I feel sorry for y'all because these is your fucking greatest minds of today. This is what the fuck they're producing. Cuckery. Cuckery. You're allowing the left to teach your children under the guise of right-wingism. That's some shit a leftist would say. If you gave me the option, you told me I had the option between being a slave for life, assuming there was no way I could escape and there was no way I could retaliate, or death. Nigga, give me death, nigga. Give me death. Every single time. I'm not fucking being your bitch. You gonna be fucking whipping on me and shit? No, nigga. Catch you next lifetime. They got another clip here. Let's go to this clip. I haven't watched this clip. Let's see if this clip is any better. And this is why I said the left be winning, yo, because, like, look at this shit. Y'all just terrible at making counter propaganda.
Children, our founding fathers knew that slavery...
Oh, my fucking God. Fucking shit. Our fucking founding fathers. Who is our? Fuck them founding fathers. None of the motherfuckers made any motherfucking sense. Those fucking uneducated fucking rapists.
It was evil and wrong, and they knew that it would do terrible harm to the nation. They wanted it to end, but their first priority was getting all 13 colonies to unite as one country.
Oh, this is just fake news. This is just fake news. I got a video on this, actually. Let's see if we can find it. Let's type in Hotep Jesus Civil War. Ah, here we go. Right there, we got this video right here. Hotep Jesus in the Civil War. And I got a whole presentation about what the real reason for the Civil War is. Oh, what's this? What is this? Oh, okay. Oh, wait, is it in here? I was looking for this the other day. Let me see if it's mentioned in here. Damn. I'm gonna have to go back in my book for it. It's in my book. I keep forgetting the name of it. Here we go. Is this it? No, that's not it. That's not it. Because I would recognize it on sight, and that's not it. Bank of Friends in New York. Bank of England Syndicate. Black Friday Go. Anyway, I have this whole presentation right here on, you know, the real cause of the slavery. It was not the Civil War. Maybe I can find it in this video. No, not this one. Hold on. Is this it? No. What's this? Is what? You'll see here, Western Europe. The hazard circular. We just looked at that. What's this one? Uh-huh. Okay, yeah. Not that one. What's this one? Uh-huh. Government bonds. Okay, here we go. Why did my highlights didn't save? That's weird. My highlights should have saved. What's this? Okay, the London banking letters. Yeah, we covered that. Sherman. Yeah. What's this one? Oh, it was a National Banking Act. And when as we Yeah, it was a National Banking Act. I'm sorry. I should have recognized that. Why didn't I recognize that? Let me see. Let's go here. As part of the United States Department of Treasury and a system of nationally chartered banks, the act shaped today's national banking system in its support of a uniform... Nope, I'm sorry. Nope, I was correct. That wasn't the one I was looking for. Nope. What's this? London Banking Letters number 2. Uh-huh. I probably passed it. I think it's in the beginning of the presentation. It's the very beginning. Yup. Lincoln on the National Bank Act. Is this? Oh, that's the end. Yeah, everybody's read that before. Anybody who's actually red pilled. Okay, boom, right here. We covered this last week.
Now, I said we know Lincoln did not want to free the slaves because he said...
Yeah, I covered that. I covered that either early this week or last week. And then we talked about, again, Russia, 1861, abolition of serfdom, right? They're not going to talk about all this in the PragerU shit. Yeah. Hold on. I want to bring up my book. Hold on. Let me bring up my book. I got to, it's going to kill me if I don't find this. Civil War. Okay. Let's go here. And I'll bring it up on the screen so you guys can follow along while I'm looking. Okay, cool. International banking powers, Knights of the Golden Circle. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to find, it was a, trying to find what the king said. The king. No, it's not that. National Bank. Okay. These are the London letters. Oh, it might have come. It might be the previous chapter. It's the previous chapter. Let me see. Yeah, it's the previous chapter. All right, let's go back. Oh, wait, I'm not. No. I'm not thinking about the Civil War. I'm thinking about the Revolutionary War. I'm getting my wars mixed up. Hold on, let's go back. Let's go back to the top. And this is in my book, The Prager Report, available on HotepJesus.com. Here we go. The Currency Act. I think that's the one I was talking about. Yeah, here we go. King George. It was King George. Yeah. Here you go. Found it. All right. Chapter 1. My bad. All right, let's pull this up. My bad, y'all. You know me. I'm a. When I do my presentations, I gotta be thorough with y'all. So let's go. Let's go wiki. Let's type that in. Currency Act of 1751. All right, let's go to Currency Act. All right, right here. Motherfuckers want to talk about all this shit. Okay. The Currency Act, or Paper Bills of Credit Act, is one of several acts of the Parliament of Great Britain that regulated paper money issued by the colonies of British America. You want to know what all the beef is about? It's right there. That's what the beef was about for the Revolutionary War. The Civil War was a different story. So when we talk about founding fathers, let's go back. Here we go. Let's go back. Let's see what they're talking about here. The founding fathers, they said, right?
The southern colonies were dependent on slave labor, and they wouldn't have joined a union that had banned it.
Are you okay with that?
All right. So that's not true either. The reason why they didn't want to join up was because the South had a lot of debt. That was one of the stipulations, in fact, was the enormous debt that the South had incurred from various lenders.
I'm certainly not okay with slavery, but the founding fathers made a compromise to achieve something great, the making of the United States.
And I already showed y'all the other day where Abraham Lincoln said he didn't want to free the slaves. That's a known quote.
It was America that began the conversation to end it.
And that's not true either. You know, it was not America. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, we teaching kids like false doctrine. This is false doctrine. And all because like motherfuckers just hate Russia. But if you look right here, you go to serfdom in Russia, you'll see 1861, this shit is abolished. Right? And America doesn't abolish it until 1864 as a gesture to show we're an ally with Russia. Right here. Emancipation Reform of 1861. This is Russia it's happening in. You gotta remember, during this time, Russia was the most advanced nation on the planet. Most industry, most advanced, most everything. Richest. Like the royal family was the richest thing in the world at this time. Okay, at this time period, they were like the thing, at least in the Western world. Okay, Emancipation Reform of 1861. America doesn't abolish slavery until 1864. Right? End of slavery, right here. End of slavery, that comes. And look when the war starts, 1861 until 1865. Emancipation Proclamation is 1863. And either 64 or 65, it shows slavery ends. So when they say, so it's like you getting false doctrine from this shit. When they say this right here.
The making of the United States. It was America that began the conversation to end it.
What? This is jingoism. This is false American patriotism. This is fake pseudo history. This is not scholarship. As Shaka would say, this is scholar shit. This is not scholarship. It's a scholar shit. America didn't start this conversation.
But Leo is correct that big problems need to be approached very carefully. Have you kids heard of William Lloyd Garrison?
No. Nope.
He's an abolitionist like me, and he and I used to be friends, but we aren't any longer. We don't agree how to solve problems. William refuses all compromises, demands immediate...
And much of this shit was posturing to make America look like not a savage land, because not every country in the world already had abolished serfdom and slavery. America was like kind of backward in that sense. So they wanted to clean up their image. This was like a PR stunt. It wasn't like these motherfuckers said, oh, slavery's bad. They're like, no, we're going to have to ally with some nations. And currently we look like a backward nation for having this atrocity of slavery happen in our land, especially when Russia has abolished it years prior.
Immediate change. And if he doesn't get what he wants, he likes to set things on fire.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds like you know the type.
Yeah, we've got that type in our time.
So, you're trying to work for change inside of the American system.
I know what I would teach white children. I would teach white children about black slave owners. Although that might not bode well for their subconscious mind. I take that back. That might be better for black children.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Precisely, Layla. Our system is wonderful. And
our system is wonderful. It's the same system of Rome. It's the same system of fucking democratic socialism in Russia, in Germany. It's the same shit, bro.
The Constitution is a glorious liberty document.
Oh, the Constitution is a glorious liberty document. Although it failed to hold our liberties together because of the Patriot Act and the Currency Act and the Monetary Control Act of 1980, you know, it does such a great job, except when we published another act which overrides the Constitution in some way, some fucking how.
We just need to convince enough Americans to be true to it.
That's what it comes down to. See, now they telling the truth. See that?
Convince enough Americans to be true to it.
That's what this comes down to. Brainwashing.
The glorious liberty document. We just need to convince enough Americans to be true to it.
We going to the phone lines, man. Text your name and text Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631 to get in on these phone calls. I've had enough. We going to the phone lines. I'll be back after the commercial break. Stand by.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
Jonah, what up, man? What up, bro? Talk to me, man. Oh, shit. Okay. No, I didn't know that. Yes. Yes.
School here in Canada, they brag about how like
yeah, go ahead. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you go to school here, they brag about how we supposedly burned down the White House, but 1812, we weren't a fucking country.
You said in 1812 we were not a country.
Canada was not.
Canada was not, right.
Canada confederated in 1867, so how did Canadians burn down the White House like we didn't exist?
Oh, good point. So what was the part you disagree with?
So obviously the founding was different than was being taught. Because why would the Rothschild have to fund a war to take back the colonies, right?
Yeah, but
so there's something there.
I still don't understand what part you disagree with. You said you disagree with something I said. What part are you disagreeing with?
Well, I disagree with the fact that it, like the founding was as taught in any way. Like obviously that they wouldn't need to fund a war and take it back in 1812 if the was already in line with what the British or whatever wanted, right? So
correct.
So there's definitely something about the founding that is lied about.
Yes, but I never even spoke about the founding. I said founding fathers.
Yeah, no, that's another lie too, because they're all supposed to be Freemasons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lie completely.
They're not Freemasons?
Some of them might have been, but like if you look at like the George Washington one, okay, cool. Like all the pictures that you have of him as a Freemason was 40 years after he was dead,
Correct.
So it's the whole thing in there is there's definitely a lie about how the country came about, but that's all of history, right? Because you can't even tell us.
Well, I wouldn't go to like some sort of artwork to prove that George Washington was a Freemason. I would just go based upon the fact that there was a political party called the Anti-Mason Party, and then who's it, Monroe? Ran on the same platform and said, yo, this is the anti-Mason. So obviously there was some sort of Masonry presence in the presidential seat.
Well, Washington himself, though, right? The only time that they actually connect him is one of his letters, and he's like, oh, I haven't stepped foot in a lodge in 40 years or 30 years, right?
Yeah.
So even that, just saying he hasn't stepped foot, that doesn't mean he doesn't ever remember, right?
Correct.
So, I mean, there's definitely... All I'm saying is that everything about the founding that people are taught is all a lie.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
So, again, it's all just a story.
Because those guys are like downstream from the money.
Yeah.
Right? Like when Washington said, yo, go call Robert Morris. Robert Morris was the money.
Yeah. Well, even the Sons of Liberty, right? If you actually read their... If you read their text, it almost sounds like they're being funded by Rothschild, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Rothschilds have been around for centuries.
Yeah, no. But the Sons of Liberty, I mean, for the Boston Tea Party.
Oh.
So their text that they posted, they're like their posters or whatever, it kind of sounds like they're being funded by Rothschild and complaining about it. So it almost like they were funded by Rothschild and then made it their independence themselves, right?
Yeah.
But... yeah, there's definitely something to it because, like I say, as a Canadian, I'm always like, man, when they tell us like 1812 we burned down the White House, I'm like, man, we weren't a country, so that doesn't make sense. But that war was also completely funded by Rothschild through the British, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's also a fact too. Like, so Rothschild pretty much went to the king and was like, hey.
Do you remember which one? It wasn't Nathan, was it?
Whoever was in 1812.
Well, there was the 5 brothers in 1812.
Okay. Yeah, but one of them, I could look it up, but one of them actually funded the entire war because they.
It wasn't just one of them, because the Rothschilds pooled their assets together. Nathan was the wild one. I forget the names of the other brothers because Nathan was the only one I studied. But when people talk about the Rothschild, a lot of times they're talking about Nathan. Because the Rothschild way of operation, for example, the smuggling was not a Rothschild thing. That was a Nathan Rothschild thing, and his brothers did not like him. His father disdained him as well.
Like Lysander Spooner wrote about them in No Constitution or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but again, too, like. That's why I'll disagree on the founding because, like, as a Canadian, like I say, we're told that we burned down the White House, and it's like there was a war that most Americans don't know about.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's like, okay, cool. Like, that war makes 0 sense, and the Civil War makes 0 sense if these the founding father was already Freemason, they're already in line with the the British rule.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
all right, what else you got? That's it?
All of history's a lie. That's why we don't know what happened to Kennedy.
Oh, boy. Here we go. I appreciate the call, bro.
Yeah.
Hotep Bill. Shout out, John. Goldstein, go ahead, man. Let's do it. Let's get Goldstein in here. We'll go Goldstein and Rudy, then Vader. Goldstein, Rudy, Vader, then Tari. Goldstein, Rudy, Vader, Tari. Who is this? Hey, Sharp, you could go after Tari. Let's run through these calls. I don't know everything, but I know a lot. And a lot about the right shit, too. He's good at words, says George Washington. 100 was a Freemason. Goldstein said take him off the list for he's got to do some. So he got to do some adoptions. Okay, let's go, Rudy. Let's get Rudy in here. Knock that out. What up, Jay? Thank you. Hotep Goldstein said this is some egregious shit. Yeah, it is. England banned slavery in 1834. You see what I'm saying? Like, like America was last to do this shit, man. This was like one of the last places on earth where they was still practicing this shit. It said Massachusetts banned slavery in 1783. I did not know that. I did not know that. Like, come on, bro.
Call from
Rudy, what up, yo?
What's going on, brother?
What's good, yo?
What's going on, brother? Hey, man. Did you really fuck with Eminem, dude?
Yes.
You did, man, huh?
Yes, I did.
You
I love
really fuck
Eminem
with
with
his
every
music.
fucking bone in my body, except my black bones. My black bones would not accept him because he's a white rapper. But
Well,
I really resonated with his humor. His humor used to make me laugh. You know, the things he said just really made me laugh.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm a hip hop head since the late '80s. Man. I ain't never fucking liked that dude one bit, man. Now I'm not taking away from his he can flow. Dre made some great beats for him, but man, there was no sub. That wasn't rap music to me, man. That was clown music, man. And he's just a clown now, dude. He's a clown. I can't understand why. Cause motherfucker, you're a rich punk ass liberal, man. You're a punk ass liberal bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? You had all the smoke for Bush, but you kept your fucking mouth shut for Obama. Then you had all the smoke for Trump. The shit about the fucking stuttering old fucking piece of shit in the White House now, man. So you're supposedly this white guy who came up in the city streets, man, and had it so fucking hard, and your mom was on drugs, and you can't understand the plight of a poor white American. I mean, what a fucking piece of shit, man. What a fucking piece of shit, man.
Can't stand it.
And if anybody, no, I ain't never liked him. Never liked him, man. I ain't never bought his albums. He never got no spin. And the funny thing is like, you see these hip hop arguments and shit online, and like, oh yeah, man, yeah. And I always hear brothers saying like, he ain't getting no play in the club. He ain't getting no play in the car. Me personally, I feel him, dude. Like I couldn't bang.
Yeah, I
that
can't
dude's
remember
shit.
him being in a club. I don't remember any Eminem club hits.
Nah, man, because he's a clown, dude. He's a clown, man. He's made clown music, in my opinion. Not saying he can't tie words together. Not saying he don't have cadences and shit. Not saying he didn't kill a track or two here or there. All I'm saying is I've never took the dude seriously in the world of hip hop, man. So I'm damn sure not going to take seriously what that fucking piece of shit has to say. Why don't you come out and talk about Biden and what he's done to our wallets, man? But nah, I mean, you know what I'm saying. He's a rich white liberal, dude. I can't fuck with him, dude. Can't fuck with him, man. And anybody who votes because their favorite fucking celebrity says, vote this way, shouldn't be able to vote anyway, man. You shouldn't be able to vote if you listen to celebrities. On the
I
other
agree.
shit, man, I mean, I agree and you know, I agree and disagree. Like, there's always some behind the scenes shit, but I know, like, the
Agree
Constitution
about what?
is dope.
Agree or disagree about what?
With the founders and shit, man. With the founders, man. But I respect your opinion on it, man. But I see what was supposed to happen, you know, and it got robbed from us. But I see what they wrote down on paper. You know what I'm saying? It's just nobody abides by that fucking paper. Ain't nothing without the backing, man. And like I said, with the fucking the right and left in our school systems, I don't want PragerU in our school system, just like I don't want fucking tranny fucking talk in my school system. Once you teach the fucking kids how to read, write, I would say science, but goddamn, they've fucking tainted that. Oh, the science is the consensus. Trust the science. So, I mean, I can't even say teach science anymore, man. Teach chemistry. Teach something that can only be fact-based and no opinions in it, man. And it's like you said from the gate, man. It's time for people to start teaching their own kids history, man. And fucking, I go on Twitter. You know, it's my day off today, so I go on Twitter for a little bit, man. I'm as black-pilled as I've ever been, man. This country, man. It'd be fucking dumb white people and dumb black people have been gaslit by the fucking internet, man. Been gaslit by the internet, man. Now you got white people posting pictures of white guys fighting black dudes and winning, and black people what the fuck is wrong with us, man? Can't anybody see it, man? Are we the only ones? Are the Hoteps the only ones, man? Are there a certain sect of the red whites the only ones who see it, man? You know what I'm saying? Because you know the people of whiteness, they don't see it. They're fucking communists, man. I mean, can they not see? People can't see what they're doing, dude. That is, I mean, like every little clip I saw today was one side or the other, man. I'm like, God damn, man. Can I get some political commentary? Can I get anything? Can I get a joke? Can I get a comedian? Man, Twitter pumped me that shit from both sides all morning long. I'm like, this fuck, we're done, dude. We're fucking done, man. That's why I'm going to the top of the mountain. I'm burying a shipping container with food, ammo, and water. And you're welcome to come, brother.
Save me a seat.
Welcome to come, man. Welcome to come, because I'm going to tell you what, man. I'm never going to fucking judge a man on the fucking color of his skin. And I'm never going to fucking,
Yo, who got the communication network, yo? Like off grid. Like, how do we communicate off grid? What radio do we need for that?
You gotta get that them CBs, man. They sell them now. They got handhelds. It's called ham
What's the
radio.
range on that though?
Well, they got, if you got a nice tower and shit, you can go halfway up the East Coast.
Okay.
But you can go, with the little handhelds now, you can go about 100 miles, man. With the handheld. I got a ham radio, dude, for just basically ever pops off.
On it? Okay.
Yeah, I got about 100-mile radius, so and anybody else with a ham can communicate with you on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, man, damn, dude, man, it was a depressing morning, dude. Just trying to scroll through, maybe see some comedy, some political commentary. At least I saw Goldstein. At least he had a good take. At least he popped up in my feed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But fuck, dude, it was just like, God damn, man, and they're just pumped like anything I clicked on X, man. One scroll to the right to watch another video, and it was one side or the other of that fucking thing, man. And it's like, man, country's so brainwashed by social media, man. So brainwashed, man.
Yeah.
I knew it was dangerous 10 years ago when I got off of that shit, man. And fuck, it's just, man, fuck, dude. Oh yeah, and another thing, man, they already took me away and stuck me in a box for 10 years. The last couple years of that 10 years, they stuck me on a work farm and made me work out in the fucking field. And it is what it is. I was a young man. You can call it what you want to call it. I call it modern day slavery. You know what I'm saying? I was stuck out on a watermelon farm, fucking hand-picking watermelons and hand-picking asparagus for the Department of Corrections for 27 cents a fucking hour. So you can call that what you want. I call it modern day fucking slavery.
13th Amendment.
All right? Yeah, modern day fucking slavery. So all I'm saying is, if it ever comes down to where they're going to put me in a box or put me in chains, I'm going out like Tony Montana before I fucking think it's a good thing, man. I'm with you 100% on that. I'm going out like Tony, dude. But I love you, bro. Hotep and Build, man. It's back to, this wasn't a low IQ day. You definitely said some big brain shit, but it's definitely 2 dark days in a row, man.
Dark
2
days
dark days
ahead.
in a row.
But light is coming soon.
Oh, yeah, man. Get low, bro.
We got Cooley coming on tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, man.
Hotep and Build. Mixed race woman. Slew versus Whipple to liberate a Jenny Stu, first Black American to sue for her freedom. It's a light-skinned woman. You know, this woman was probably fine. We need a picture of Jenny. Somebody find a picture of Jenny. She was probably a fine woman. They loved her. Who had been kidnapped in Massachusetts and then handled as a slave. You know? So like when they say, you know, America, like America, yeah. Massachusetts would be more specific. Don't say America, tell them like Massachusetts. Like we gotta be specific when we teach shit. We like, oh, America did this and America did that. And the rest of the world was on some other shit. When did and then it's like when you get into all the little different provinces and shit, like people are just stupid, y'all. People are just stupid. Veda calling. Let me check on the chat. Hotep Dutch, what up, yo? Nathan Rothschild ordered the War of 1812 after the charter of the First National Bank was renewed in 1812. Yeah, Nathan, that's the one. Yeah, Nathan was he was badass. And that's why I say, like, you know, the YouTube and the algorithms and all that stuff, you got to say, oh, the Rothschilds did it. The Rothschilds did it. It's just like, when you write an exec and you say Nathan Rothschild, they can't hit you with the anti-Semitic shit because you're talking about a specific brother. You actually know your history. You're not just saying some right-wing talking point online. You're saying specific facts, right? And that's what I say, when you the more scholarship you have, the less stupid you'll sound. And don't repeat a talking point until you've thoroughly researched it. Then you fucking talk about the talking point. Otherwise, you just LARPing out here. And I get it. You know, some of y'all want to get y'all grift on. Y'all can get it, but you just never get that next level of respect from the Hoteps if you ain't daily scholarship. Yo, what up, yo?
Yo, what's going on, man?
What's good? What's good?
Yeah, bro. Speaking of supreme grifters, man, PragerU, dude. Like, slavery is better than being killed. No, bro, these people are fucking idiots, dude. Like, they're too busy trying to come up with counter narratives that they're sacrificing historical accuracy. Like, they're so ensnared in trying to prove a point and trying to replace, like, this white shame or guilt. Like, I don't know what to call it, but they're taking these really stupid positions. Like, there's nothing beneficial about that at all. Like, I know they're trying to, like, have this gotcha moment on, like, black people or whatever, but, dude, telling a kid that, you know what, if the Chinese were to come here right now, just surrender. You know, it's just better to just be slaves. Don't fight for your freedom or anything. Don't actually follow the principle of America. It's so stupid. It's surface level, and it's reactionary, and it's what I expect from those kinds of Republicans, bro. Like, this conservative crowd that is just reactionary, bro. That's all it is.
Reactionary.
No thinking whatsoever.
The reactionary market.
Exactly. And I actually kind of had a question too, because you know, I'm still fledgling Hotep and shit. But I wanted to know, when it comes to the redacted people, what do you make of the evidence that they stole their title from ancient Africans? Like, what do you make of, like, the fact? Yeah, I don't want to get you the Kyrie treatment or anything. But,
first of all, according to my knowledge, it wasn't stolen; it was given.
Really?
Okay, here's how the story goes. Once upon a time, it's a land with all the universities and all the money and all the gold and all the women. So everybody flocked there. Well, what happened was everybody picked up the ways and the customs and the culture of that place. And when they returned home, they brought with them that culture, that Mediterranean city life culture. And many of the things you could pick up in this metropolis is a religion.
That makes sense. That actually makes perfect sense. Now that I'm thinking about it.
And again, this is why I say you cannot make this an exclusively redacted thing, because the Greeks picked up their philosophy based upon the Nile Valley civilization and the Osirian drama. The Osirian drama is the same shit as, like, for example, when you talk about Hermes Trismegistus, Hermes is Tahuti. You know what I'm saying? And
Apollo, Ra.
You see what I'm saying? All of that shit.
Yeah.
Now,
literally, Plato went to learn from them. That's crazy. You say that. That actually makes sense, because if everyone's going to learn from this place, then it just makes sense that like they'll appropriate it in their own way. Well, not even appropriate it, but they went there to study. So many people went there to study. Holy shit, that makes sense.
It's like, and that's why they say calling it stealing. And I'm like, well, if you came to it, let's say you were 10 years old and you came to America, you moved to New York City, Brooklyn, right there by the bridge. I mean, you'd adapt really fast. You'd grow up. And if you ever return to whatever village or undeveloped country you live in, you would bring with you all of these customs. Hey, y'all, let me show you this. This is how we do it in America. This is how we do this. This is called natural life. This is how organisms spread and grow and prosper. It's the commingling of people that make others better. And then people want to argue about the race of the people that did this or that. And I'm like, do you understand the lesson first and foremost? Then we can get into what color John was in the story and all that. But you got to understand the moral of the story before you worried about, you know, the color of the characters and all that shit. The John have on a green shirt is inconsequential to the moral of the story. You know, like the hare and the turtle and the tortoise. Nobody ever asked, well, what was the rabbit wearing? Nobody ever asked that. It's just the moral of the story is what's important. And that's what we have to take away. So when we isolate Jewish people and say, yo, Jewish people stole this faith, well, then keep going. You know, don't stop there. Say the Greeks stole some shit. Stay there. But that's where they always want to stop. The white nationalists to go, wait, hold on. No, not Rome. Don't talk about Rome. Oh, no, don't talk about Greece. And it's like, nah, see, now y'all singling these people out when you motherfuckers was doing the same shit. We just did the whole presentation with Shaka Akmos a couple of weeks back on the Yamnaya tribe and how their culture spread and their close proximity through being POWs gave them insight into metallurgy, right? So where we at with it? Are we going to tell history as is, or are we going to tell history as is? When you tell history as is, everything falls in line and makes sense.
Man, this is why we listen to you, bro. For real. That was awesome, dude. Seriously, I'm going to check that one out with Shaka Amos, because I've been trying to get into history, but it's difficult because there's so much bad information out there, trying to parse it out. I've read like 4 different, conflicting studies just about Africa. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to like sparse out the truth, but bro, I appreciate that, man. I've been trying to say that, like, I didn't really, as my thinking on this is like, I never really cared about who won. I didn't care about like inventions. As I'm getting older, I'm trying to like expand my reach. But the reason I never cared is just because like, I understand that it's not a race thing. Like absolute power corrupts absolutely, right? Doesn't matter who won. We all would have created some kind of similar system. And I just think that, I don't really care about taking credit for other people's work either. Like I see that a lot with specific groups of people. Like you're not related to that inventor. You're probably like so far away from any family tree that's related to someone who's like that great. So I never really cared about it, but I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting an accurate take on history, bro. So I appreciate you, man. I'll let you get to these other callers.
Oh, absolutely. For me, it's about objectivity, and that's why I'm good at what I do, because everything about me looks at life objectively, so there's no emotion involved in my analysis. It's just data and facts. And then, what's the truth? And teaching shit in order. They try to teach shit out of order. It's ugly out here.
For real. I'm going to check out that Shaka Amos one, though. For real,
It's
man.
called The Origin of White People.
Origin of White People. I'm gonna bookmark it right now, bro. Take it easy. Thank you so much, man. Seriously.
No doubt. Hotep and Bill.
Peace.
Abolition in Britannia. Kev, go ahead, yo. What do we got here? 1833. Okay. You got 1783 over here. One campaign. 1787, 1807, 1807. You know, here's something else we're discovering as we look at this information. Cavatari, I could call in, yo. You know what's funny is the Pilgrims. Let's see what pops up if they mention Pilgrims. I know Wiki gonna tell the truth on what a pilgrim is. I should probably say American Pilgrim. Let's see. All right, let's go back. All right, let's go here.
Call from
Kevin.
That's right, Plymouth Rock. Kev, what up, yo?
Hey, what up?
What's good, man? How you feeling, bro?
I just wanted to explain this. And I'm sure you probably already know this, but the reason they're pumping out all this toxic black versus white stuff on Twitter and stuff.
You said what?
The people that are the reason they're pumping all the black versus white stuff on Twitter and the fighting and stuff. People actually want emotion. That's how they get their interaction. They like and dislike. But you really gotta you really gotta be able to recognize when you're seeing too much toxic poison and say, no, this ain't how real life is. If I see a black man or a white man on the street, I don't feel any sort of way towards him at all. If he needs help, I try to help him. That's the way most people are. You don't see people. I've never walked up on a black man or a white man or anybody and thought, yeah, let's just fight because we're different colors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's, I mean, most people are like that. Nobody's ever walked up on me and taken that stance. They're putting that out, and because they want the emotion they get from it and the interaction. And some of it's not even authentic. I'm sure they're pumping. They're pumping out more than what is actual. In other words, it might only be 1% of the people sharing that stuff around, but they're pumping it into the news feed because they're trying to poison society.
They want engagement, man, and Satan always wins when it comes to engagement.
Yeah,
these are just the facts. You know, bad news is gonna travel faster than good news.
And my feed's always filled with dirty cop stuff, and I watch one or two, but then I just like, nah, I'm done with this. This is all toxic. I know too many good cops. I mean, not necessarily good cops. They were trained wrong, but at the same time, they don't come unless you call them, and they come to help. They don't actually sit out and wait and try and trap people. I know too many of them that are good cops that I would consider a good officers that I can't believe all of them are poisonous, and I mean, I recognize the poison that they're pumping out, the toxicity. So I just got to turn it off. I usually have to I'll just look at comedy or something. I need a good laugh. I can't deal with the poison anymore.
I definitely feel you, man. I definitely feel you got to get a little rinse. You need a little bit of break, you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, that it's not reality, too, so.
Correct.
Hotep and Bill, man.
Hotep and Bill. Appreciate you, Kev. Tari, go ahead, yo. A Sharp, go ahead. But yeah, yo, like people try to act like, everything wasn't borrowed from somebody. Yo, wait till I do my genetic research on white people. I'm about to show you why white people. I'll tell you the premise of my shit just so somebody could steal and do the work and then I don't have to do the work. So I'm not doing the work so I can publish it. I'm doing the work because I actually want to see the data. So I'll say it so one of you motherfuckers actually do the work. But hold on.
Call from.
Sorry.
What up, yo?
What up?
What's good, Joe?
Yo, I got something to share with you.
What you got?
You compete with Uncle Hotep out here.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you compete with him in the cleaning department apparently.
Wow, what happened?
I was talking to one of my Aussie friends in group chat the other day. I said, put on some Hotep Jesus. They was playing a little stream. And he was like, what are you saying? Hotep Jesus is the whitest black guy on the internet, you cunt.
That's what he told you?
Yeah. I said, I'm going to tell him he said that.
The whitest black guy on the internet?
Yeah. He was probably just fucking around.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did he go to college?
He a nurse, so he probably didn't go to college.
Oh, he's a nurse.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Something like that.
He's definitely compromised. I find that college students, and I'll tell you this from experience, it was a black group. Okay. And it was funny how they tried to set it up, right? Like, I was supposed to be speaking to like a black student union, whatever, right? And they called me up. They said, come down and speak to the group. It's about maybe 20 kids. And I'm thinking to myself, like, this is an HBCU calling me to come down. I'm like, this is not going to turn out well. So I already know I'm going into it knowing it's some bullshit. So what they try to do is they try to set up like a walkout, right? To try and demoralize me. So like one would get up and walk out, then another one get up and walk out. But you would see it was like all women. You know what I'm saying? And when I walked in, those same people that got up and walked out were the same people when I walked in had the grimace on their face just looking at me funny.
Yeah.
So it was about 7 people left. By the time 20 down to 7 in like matter of minutes. And the more people left, the more comfortable I got. Cause I'm like, soon we just gonna be here and I'm gonna be talking to my people. So the more they walked out, the more belligerent I became in my ideology. I hadn't reached Project Rook levels, although I aspired to, but I was still definitely out there, compared to them. But what I find is the academia loathes me. I had a argument with a college student recently who was in a group environment with other ladies, and these ladies were older, and these ladies began a conversation about immigration and how they don't like the fact that there's so many immigrants in New York City. And she said she just seen them, now they in Newark. So they here by me, my nigga, the fucking migrants and shit. They fucking 20, 30 minutes from me and shit. You see what I'm saying? So we talking about this shit, and this college student's like, oh my God, how can you talk about them? Oh my God, my feelings, my emotions, all that bullshit. And like, and then, basically said, oh, these are your people, but just because some of them, they dupe black people, they say, because 15% of the migrants are from Haiti or some other black island, they try to say, oh, that's who's getting kicked out. Knowing damn well 85% of these motherfuckers got the last name Lopez. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, she all in her emotions, all her feelings, da-da-da. Then she gonna hit me with the, oh, you're Mr. Fox News. I'm just like,
Mr. Fox News.
Like, we having a debate about the efficacy of building a wall, and you talking about where I've been. So everybody be so focused on me, they not receiving the information. But what happens is there's actually cross-pollination of these haters, because there's a lot of people that come to the channel be like, yo, Hotep, my friend told me not to watch you, so I watched you. Now I fuck with you. So it has this like reverse effect sometimes.
You know, pretty much everybody I share with you, I share you to, like, they fuck with it. I ain't pretty much had nobody. I said, like, sometimes, like, I think when they see, like, the Hotep part, they always go, oh, black never believe the Egyptians are black. I was like, they were, though.
And these are black people?
No, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, so a lot of time it's online. Like, I share a video.
Oh, online. Okay.
And then, like, yeah, they'd be like,
oh, yeah, you can't do that.
I think sometimes I do it in, like, the conservative circles. You know, I try to drop it in there to do a little stuff. And it's always one person. It's always one person. It'd be black people, too, though.
It'd be black people. Tanai says academia doesn't like true free thinkers anymore. Big facts.
Yeah, no. They don't want to hear none of that.
No.
I mean, that's why, you know, that's why they got to put out them. I mean, it ain't even got to be about us, you know. That's why they had to put out them little PR things like Jamie Foxx has to do.
Yeah.
They got to put out them little PR apologies if they say anything that's not, you know, politically correct.
Mm-hmm.
And even the conservatives be doing it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That video you showed earlier was wild.
Which one?
That PragerU.
Oh, they tripping, yo. Like, what are we doing? Like, if you need a counter propaganda program, call me up. I'll write one for you, bro. I got you. We would destroy the left. You want to make black people mad? We can make black people mad, but we don't got to distort history to do it.
They've been doing it for a minute too. Like they've been making the videos.
Yo, the first video would have been, here are the black slave masters in America. Oh, that would have upset black people. But I damn sure would have put my name on it. Like, talk about my people. Talk about my people's power. Talk about our power. Huh?
Because that would be a great PragerU video and shit like that. Here are the black slave owners in America. Like that would be a
these
PragerU
motherfuckers
video.
is liberals. They liberals themselves, so they'll never show black power. It's the same game.
I mean, shit, they worse than liberals. That's that video you showed yesterday with that Dennis Prager. That one, like the guy was like in his face. He was like, "Oh, you think so?" He was like, "Guy, dude was looking at him like, yeah, bro."
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I don't know what you want. Like, I thought you was conservative. I guarantee you, dude was in that interview like regretting that entire life decision. Like, At least I would have been. I don't know. Maybe I would have been. I actually would have loved it for the content. I was like, I'm glad I was making the exposure.
Absolutely.
I big respect for that dude. I don't know what his name was. I had to look that up again.
Who?
Big respect for that dude. Like the dude that was in that video with Prager. I don't know who he was, but he was
the one that gave pushback. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate it.
I don't know his name at all, but I do. Yeah, I appreciate that shit. Like,
yeah,
because I don't know too many other people. Like, they would have one of them other intellectuals, like you were saying, them intellectuals, man. One of them other intellectuals would have probably went back and forth and started having like that would have been a wild conversation if he had to just been like,
look at this. William Ellison, born into slavery, but he eventually bought his freedom, as well as that of his family. This you know why this sentence right here is important? I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why this sentence is important is because he said he bought his freedom. You say this to a child's gonna ask you, wait, how do you buy your freedom?
Right.
How do you do that? I want you to answer me that. How is that possible? In 1790, he bought his freedom. Can you tell me how that's possible? You don't have to know facts. Just take a guess. How do you think that could have went down? There's probably a million ways that could have went down. Right?
Yeah, I mean, like somebody, like he would have had to somehow have made some money, and they wouldn't let you make no money.
Stop right there. He would have had to somehow make some money. Continue.
And they wouldn't even let you make money back then.
Are you sure about that?
So, yeah, I mean, depending on what kind of
see how your
had,
statements
like,
contradicted each other? Do you see how your statement contradicted yourself? You said he would have had to have earned some money, but you also said you weren't allowed to hold money. Who taught you that? Who taught you that?
Well, I don't know if anybody taught me. They might have mentioned that in school. There were different setups. That's what I was about to say.
There's different setups. Bingo. There's nuance to this conversation. That's the key. But he bought his freedom, and you said he would have to have earned or got a hold of some money. Now, if he couldn't have money, he wouldn't have been able to buy his freedom because they would have said, hey, nigga, you're not supposed to have money. They would have took his money and threw him back in chains. So if he bought his freedom, that means it had to be okay for him to get money.
I don't know, though. I feel like
what?
I feel like some people could have got their way around that. But I mean, you know, they usually got caught. I don't know how. I don't know. I guess I don't know any particular circumstances where any of them did buy their money by themselves out of
I need a biopic on William Ellison. I need a biopic on William Ellison. Somebody give me my biopic on William Ellison, please. Born into slavery, bought his freedom. What the fuck was that? How was he hustling? Was he moving weight?
No, they ain't gonna give you that. They're gonna give you Emmett Till again.
They're gonna give me Emmett Till. They're not gonna give me William Ellison. A nigga that bought his freedom. How do you buy your freedom, chat? PragerU, call me. PragerU, call me. We can get your counter propaganda program and teach children the truth at the same fucking time. We don't gotta lie about this shit. The truth is much crazier than the motherfucking lie you can come up with. Unless you have an agenda of being liberals and wanting to make black people look like they've always been subjugated and had no modicum of freedom. You have to have a modicum of freedom in order to accrue money to buy your freedom. Where was he getting money from? Was he selling weight? Chat, what was he doing? Wrong answers only. Chat, what was William Ellison doing to buy his freedom? Answer me that. What the fuck was he doing to get money? Wrong answers only. Tanah said, people be mad at me for coming on your platform because you're the Fox News guy, not knowing why we get along in the first place. Then they get familiar. See? See, Tanah?
Drop shit.
See, Tanah?
Crypto.
Nigga, the white people don't know how the fuck I got on Fox News. Not even the white people are able to conceive of it. And that's what's funny about me. Black people be like, oh my God, that's the guy on Fox News. And white people be like, oh my God, that's the guy on Fox News. Like everybody looks at me the same fucking way, no matter what you are. So when black people say that shit as if it's some great thing amongst white people, it's not. Especially since they got rid of Tucker. I can't even put Fox News in my bio. Because they be like, oh my God, you know what they did? I get a bunch of trolls talking to me about fucking Tucker.
I be feeling Gutfeld though.
Gutfeld's the truth. You know? Shout out to Syscoin, by the way. Y'all got your Pally wallet?
Yeah.
P-A-L-I?
I got a Pally wallet.
You got your Pally wallet?
I just got my Master Focus too.
You got your Master Focus? You been taking it?
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Maybe I think I'm feeling some of the results already. You know, it's
How long
away
you been
about 2
taking
weeks. Almost a week now.
Okay, about a week. All right.
Yeah. But I've been taking similar stuff, so you know, I think I might feel the effects a little sooner. It's kind of like already been taken.
Yeah. So you have a little bit of a jump start.
Yeah.
For me, it was like initially it was like immediate, but the real effects were like after 2 weeks. I just felt like Like it was just, and then now it's like, I can feel it instantly. I don't know how to explain it, but like after I did the 2-week cleanse, like when I take it, like I'm just on point that day. Because I notice it with the days I don't take it. I notice I'm definitely different on the days I don't take it, and that's how I know it's working. I don't know it's working because it's the days I do take it. I know it's working because the days I don't take it, I'll be like, "Yo, what's up today?" I'll be like, "Oh,
That's
yeah,
true. Yeah, I've been noticing that. Because I was telling you, I've been trying a couple of them out. Like I was telling you, yeah, I've been noticing that. It's really, you really notice it when you don't take it. You're like, oh man, did I take that today? No, I didn't. I must not have.
Because you be so on point when you on it. So when you slipping, you like, oh, okay, I know what was missing from my day. And it usually happens because I go away. And when I go away, I bring the pills with me and still forget to fucking take them every single time. I took 20 trips. Every single time I go, I forget to take my pills. I don't even know why. But I'm home, I guess, because it's more in my, everything is, a habit.
Daily
It's
routine,
different.
yeah.
Daily routine. Hey, let me get some more callers, bro.
Yeah, man. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. What the fuck? Strong Dad and Sharp. One of y'all could call in. Strong Dad and Sharp, you got the green light. I saw Hotep on Gutfeld. Now I'm here. Glad to see people can laugh at themselves. People too sensitive. For real, people just take themselves way too serious. Strong Dad, what up, yo?
What up?
What's good with him?
So, was that was Vader, right, on the last call?
No, that was Tari.
So Tari. All right, okay. Yeah. So, I just wanted to comment on the slaves making money talk because I got a lot of family members who, obviously we're descendants of slaves and shit, and a lot of land that my family owns down in Virginia was from slaves who worked their way into freedom and purchased either new property or purchased their the plantations whenever the owners left the plantation. And I just wanted to just say that really how they made money by it's a combination of what they were allowed to do and a little bit of deception, because sometimes slave owners would make it impossible for them to, they would keep raising the price for them to get free, but at the same time, they allowed them to work for many other people outside of themselves. They could travel around, at one point. And so sometimes they would have to hoard their wealth in, in special areas or things like that. And then eventually they would just kind of spring it upon the person who owned them, or spring it upon whatever structure allowed for that to happen. And then it's like, oh, well, the money's here, so I'm gonna let you go. Or if it became too much of a hassle, like sometimes there were plantations where the slave owner wasn't making a lot of money, so it benefited that person to give them an access to freedom in order to let them stay on the property. So they would be like, oh, I'm not making enough money on my plantation. My family is going broke. So they would free the slaves on that plantation and allow them to still live there as free men if they would take care of the land, and they would give them a small stipend. And so that's also how a lot of black people got slave or plantation homes.
You know, it's a book on that very concept.
I didn't.
It's called Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Oh shit!
That's what Uncle Tom's Cabin alludes to. That's how the book begins.
Yeah.
Man, nigga can't afford his motherfucking slaves. Got to let the nigga go.
You got to let the nigga go. You know what I'm saying? Because it was hard for everybody out there. A lot of people were born. A lot of those slave owners were born into slavery or into owning slaves. So they didn't necessarily want to have them. They inherited them. So they would slowly allow for them to maintain or get a monicum of freedom, which is, and then sometimes they would just pass their home down to the slaves that stayed on that land. So there's a whole bunch of ways that they was making money. Man, that's hard work and grit right there, man. My grandmother's brother, he built a massive 14 or so acre farm from just being a caddy for white dudes, just saving the pennies and saving the dimes and saving everything he got. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the narrative they don't ever include in all of this, you know what I'm saying, to try to give black people a sense of freedom or a sense of, you know, like of worth. Like we did more than just be someone's victim. And in a lot of these cases, we worked with the people who they classify as those who victimized us the most. We worked with them to gain our freedom. So I just wanted to add that in so that he could maybe get a grasp on that.
I agree. I agree. There's various ways that a slave got paid, but these are the nuances from the conversation I want. These are nuances from the conversations I want.
That's right. But yeah, that's all I got. You know what I'm saying? I got to get back to this refinishing real quick.
Get your money, my nigga.
Hey, man, Hotep and Bill.
My boy Jules just checked in. Jules, go ahead, bro. The Puritans was a wild bunch. Somebody in the chat said pull that up. That was a wild bunch. From the Show Me State, enough of history is based on narratives. I was trying to find how the pilgrims was the first migrants. That's what they are. You know? I just want motherfuckers to realize that they was the first migrants. Right? If I type in pilgrims, right? Hold on. Traveler who is on a journey to a holy place. Making pilgrimages. These are your first migrants. These are your first migrants right here. So when you say America started freedom, oh, that's because a bunch of motherfuckers ran. Or they was drug here. They either ran from England or they were drug here. Drag that ass right along. You want to know something else that's funny about today? I got a whole presentation right here on Columbus. I didn't even touch this today. I didn't even touch this. Y'all want me to touch on this now? I got a whole, because PragerU wanted to do scholarship. You know, I was like, I'm gonna do my scholarship. You know what I'm saying? Got all my sources in primary sources. You see his name. You want to talk about Christopher Columbus? Let's talk about Christopher Columbus. You want to talk about Christopher Columbus? Y'all want to talk about Christopher Columbus? Or y'all want me to save it for another day? What y'all want me to do? I'm going to do whatever the chat tell me to do. I work for y'all. Jules, what up, man?
Call from
Rouge Chef. Jules, what up, man?
Man, Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill, bro. What's good, bro? How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling even better after listening to today's show, bro.
That's what's up. Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, your energy today, bro. You came with the ether, bro. Like, especially, hey, shout out to Project Rooks, bro. I ain't had no idea who she was until yesterday.
She a beast.
Hey, man, look. What you said something about we need to heal properly, man. Like, that's where we at right now, bro, because we chasing a lot of myths. And as you even speak on the slavery, the whole race grift, like, this was just your whole platform was really about deconstructing a lot of the misinformation, man. Like, even I wish we could hear you and Eric Weinstein talk, because a lot of people don't even know who that is, a little pompous guy on the other side. Like you say, they side right now kind of sick with the intellectuals. And you coming with this street vernacular, bro, just tying a lot of loose ends together, man. So I know it's a stressful job, bro, because like you say, it's frustrating waking up not being able to really have a concise conversation on all the madness that we face with. But you do it anyway.
Yeah.
you putting forth that effort, man. That a lot of us have been afraid to do, and man, that's why I salute you so many times, man. Because this ain't easy, man.
No,
this ain't easy at all, bro. And I thank you for it, man, because you helping you therapy right now to a lot of us.
That's what's up, man.
You truly therapy, man. Like, a lot of times I'll be wanting to add to the dialogue, and then you will say something else that just changed my whole perspective because you got an objective platform, man. And, you know, I'm just glad that you out here going against these sharks. And one day, man, the ether gonna reward your name, bro. Cause shit, this is a task for giants, bro. So salute, my G.
Salute. I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, man.
Yeah, you keep me going, man. You keep me going. How's grandma?
Hey, man, she doing great, bro. Man, like when I tell you, like the divine transformed my steps because of that whole pandemic up there. I was in D.C. living it like, you know, that shit was crazy. And I had to give up a lot of stuff because I didn't take that little down, that phony Witchman name. And it brought me to my grandma at a divine time when she needed me most. And wasn't going to say nothing because she looking at her grandson doing what he always dreamed of doing. But everything got put aside because this matrix had something else planned for it. And you the one, bro. You the one.
Hotep.
Yes,
so,
sir.
I thank you, man, for helping me make sense of a lot of this shit, bro. This shit been maddening to the mind.
I know it is. I know it is.
You know, so
and that's why
like
I always say, understanding brings peace. A lot of the times things bother us because we don't understand them. You know, white people bother us because we don't understand them. So that's why you gotta, once you understand all this shit, that's why I said earlier, it's hard for me to come on this platform because I understand so much shit, I don't care about none of it.
Yes, bro. And that's why I pray for inspiration, because sometimes, man, when you inspire so many people, it's like, where you get your inspiration from? You know what I'm saying? Like, truly, I've been off I don't really do the internet because, like I say, man, I really be out here. So I come across so many folk, and I know I didn't go to college to get a degree to be something like it, because I don't care about no title. But the knowledge that I was given through like odd channels, I know it was for a reason. It was for the streets, because I was gonna be able to articulate it back to people at a key time. And then when I'm stumbling and having a loss for words, here come Hotep Jesus.
Salute.
So, man, and it's helping lost kings, man, find their crown. It's helping lost queens find their soul and purpose. So, man, just keep doing what you're doing, man, because you're saving lives, bro. I'm glad I'm not the smartest man in the room. So, shout out to your chat, bro. You got some powerful people follow, like you said. You got the tastemakers following you, man. I see that.
Listen, my chat's a beast, bro. Beast.
I see that, man. I'd rather have 10 lions than 100 sheep.
You hear me? You hear me?
So, man, we roaring, bro. And eventually, man, the ether gonna allow all this madness that we done experienced to be the strength that we need to take back what was ours. Like you say, that powerful shit. How did somebody buy back their freedom during slavery? We missing that whole concept.
Yep.
So that 1% that you learn how to find because of methodology of studying scientific method, man, I salute, bro, because a lot of folks just don't know how to study the problems effectively, and they're applying the wrong mathematics.
That's big facts. Because they operating on somebody else's program. That's really what it comes down to. Everybody's operating on somebody else's program, you know? So what I do is, I flush that program out and show you how to build your own program, your own operating system, and your own infrastructure in your mind. So I'm not giving people a program. I'm just giving them the design of a program. Here's the design of a program. This is how you create a program. and then I flush out the old, and then you rebuild the new based upon, you know, the architecture of a program and how a program works with the mind.
You helping put the perspective of what we truly are, like say the program. We're a CPU unit full with false viruses. You know what I'm saying? So when you show somebody how to reboot and download a new narrative, man, you helping them tap into the infinite. You know what I'm saying? Something that's always been and always will be. It's just
correct.
What level are we choosing to stay on? So when you showing folks how to elevate and find their wings, man, the divine got you, bro.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I do get a chance to call in, it's just for that moment of inspiration to you to let you know somebody, you changed one, you helped one. And sometimes, like, each one teach one, man. And you got a platform, you teaching the multitude. But I'm telling you, I know I'm somebody, and I saw how you impacted me. So at the end of the day, I thank you, and I keep wishing well upon you, my G.
Appreciate you, yo. I appreciate you.
Man, no doubt, bro.
All right, tell Grandma I said what's up, man.
I will, my G. She listening.
Oh, she listening?
She listening.
Grandma,
yeah,
what
listening.
up?
She got the little breathing too. She waving. You know what I'm saying? Hey, she's smiling, bro. When I tell you, you don't put a smile on her face.
Yeah.
Like you can't believe, man. So
that's love.
She understands what I've been going through now. Makes a lot more sense as far as refusing to tap into the matrix in the way of being one of them uniforms.
Yeah.
So it's like we free flowing right now, man. All we gotta do is trust the elements in the ether. We be all right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, I appreciate you, bro.
Ain't no doubt, my G. I check with you next time, man. We headed up here to get a little bite to eat.
All right.
So, man, you already know.
All right, enjoy.
That's what it do to next time.
All right, Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill.
Appreciate that, dude. He refills my energy. Wasn't for Grandma, nigga, I wouldn't be in this motherfucker. I'd be in the corner reading a book, writing another book. That's what I would be doing right now. If I wasn't doing this here with y'all, I'd be in the corner reading like fucking 12 books a minute, working on another dissertation. I got the bug today to leave and go write another book, yo. I ain't even gonna hold you. I got the bug today. I got another book I gotta write. I had started writing it. I don't even remember where I'm at on that book, actually. I don't remember the name of that book, what I saved it as. I don't even know where it is. But anyway, it's 4:23. We're making good time. Millie, go ahead and call in. All right, let's look at this. It's a letter from Christopher Columbus. I talk about this all the time. Louis de Saint Angel. Saint Angel, I guess. I don't know. So it begins here. He says, as I know you will be rejoiced at the glorious success that our Lord has given me in my voyage. So obviously, by the tone of this, you'll know who he's addressing. And by their name, you know this is somebody that's dealing with religion, right? So let's fact check that hypothesis, right? Saint Angel, let's see what he is.
Call from.
Yo.
Hey.
Hey, what's up? How you feeling?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
Life is good. Talk to me. What's on your mind? Oh, Millie, what up, Millie?
Yeah, say it again.
Yeah, I remember you. You called in before.
Yep.
What's up? How you feeling?
Yeah. I'm doing good.
Dope.
So, when you were talking about, some misconceptions about history, me being in Europe right now during the summer, that started making me think about, a lot of people I've met in Europe and what they think about Columbus. And then lo and behold, you were getting ready to bring up Columbus. So I'm like, oh my God, I got to call you in and just, share some information. So I don't want to lump everyone into a box, but, it's popular for the whole world to bash on the United States and say Americans are dumb, Americans are this, Americans are that. But you know what? We have to really give ourselves some credit, because I feel like everyone who went to school, at least in the 80s and later, I feel like there was a strong effort to correct, let us know that, hey, Columbus is not the first guy. He's not the first person to come here, even though the history books were still saying that. Because out here in Europe, even some of the most progressive nations, I don't want to just flat out say that they think Columbus was the first person to come to the Americas, but it's like that's the general attitude.
Mm-hmm.
I was having a conversation with some Ukrainians and Polish, and when we were hiking, and they said something, I forget what we were talking about, but they mentioned oh yeah, Columbus discovered America, and then I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no, he didn't. And these are highly educated people, and they are supposed to have better school systems than the U.S., and they're still thinking that Columbus discovered America or the Americas.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-pandemic, I was in Norway at the Nobel Peace, I believe it was the Nobel Peace Center. So a lot of people, they'll say the Nobel Prize, but it's actually from Norway, and they pronounce it Nobel, not Nobel.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I was checking out that museum, and I was either there or some other museum, and I remember the exhibit, it was talking about, the first people to discover the Americas, and, Norway being in Scandinavia, they have Viking ancestry. They're very proud of that. They were like, oh, did you know Columbus was not the first to discover America? The Vikings were the first. They landed in Canada. And I'm once again thinking, no, hello, Europe, there were indigenous people here. Do they not count as humans to you? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, I'm not saying that every European is like this, but there's a problem when highly educated people who come from very good school systems go to sophisticated universities, and the freaking museums, prestigious museums in highly progressive nations, there's a problem when you're still perpetuating this idea that Columbus or a European guy was the first person to discover an entirety of 2 continents and several islands. So yeah, I just wanted to comment on that. As educated as they are, they still don't seem to be aware that there were indigenous people here, or they just don't really think that counts.
Oh, I got him right here. I'm about to do the presentation on it right now and dispel all of that.
Mm-hmm.
From Christopher Columbus's own pen.
From his own pen. Yep.
From his own pen.
And, I won't keep you, but I wanted to also, I was trying to tell some of them, I was like, guys, that they were only called Indian because Columbus was trying to get to India and thought that he landed in India. That's why they were called Indians.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, it kind of shocks me that in Europe, many people still think like this.
Yeah.
On a side note, us being from the U.S. as a nickname, we'll commonly say America. But we know that the name of our country is United States of America because we're aware that, it was, North and South America, they were named after Amerigo Vespucci. In fact, throughout the rest of the Americas, when people say America, they are talking about both continents. But out in Europe, America is like the official name for the U.S. They don't even seem to be aware that our country is called the U.S. or the United States. They're like, I'm sorry?
Yeah, but usually
America.
when you say America, everybody knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for like foreign people, but if you ever come out here, you'll see what I'm talking about, because it sounds weird. Like for us in the U.S., we, you know, when we're talking fast and everything, we'll just say, oh yeah, the U.S., the States. But it's like even in formal situations, everything, America, America. Oh, I was visiting the South of America, and I'm like, wait, the South of America. South America? They're like, no, the South where you have Florida, and I'm like, you mean the Southern U.S.? So yeah, like, anyway, I think I've made my point now.
Nah, word.
A lot of discrepancies.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nah, I appreciate you though.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
All right. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill.
We're gonna dispel all of those. Fresh Mike, man, go ahead. Damn, callers is beating me down. Fresh Mike and Nero. I'm over here looking at the price of gold right now. How much is an ounce of gold? Well, actually, I want to see how much a gram. What is a gram of gold? What is the price of a gram right now? $100 for a gram? Got the going rate, about $100 for a gram of gold. Okay. All right, gold price today. 1 gram, 24K, $61. $61.
Call from.
Yeah, what up?
Hey, what's up, Hotep Jesus? It's Mike. How you doing, man?
What's up, Mike?
Oh, man, doing good. I just wanted to take a pause. I know you're checking out gold right now, which is very important. Man, I just wanted to encourage everybody listening. Man, I know we're talking about a lot of stuff, but the one thing we're not talking about, my wife is actually a third grade public school teacher, and we've been caught up in that this week. A lot of our kids are going back to school, and if we have kids going back to school, man, I just want to encourage everybody to look at maybe ways you could help, because they put a lot on these teachers, right? And you know how crazy our schools are and how they don't help folks, help these kids the way they should. And yeah, man, like I'm volunteering, just a little bit of my time, because they offer after school programs, but they're like, $75 a week. And man, to a lot of these kids, that's, not anything they have access to. So, if you have kids going back to school this week or next, or you're in that time, and, a lot of times they just want to blame the teacher, but man, we've been scrubbing. Her room was dirty, she got a new classroom, and we've been spending the last week, just making that place clean and good for the kids. So I just want to encourage everybody out there,
Hey,
if you
Mike.
have a few hours a week. Yep.
Hey, Mike.
Yes, sir.
We homeschool, bro.
Hotep,
Well, I know you do. I know you do.
The whole community, Mike. Fuck them schools. Fuck them schools, Mike. We ain't cleaning nobody's fucking schools. We homeschool. Start a pod. Everybody pull your resources, buy a teacher, and start a pod.
Fair enough. You're right. My, my wife has all the education. She's a, public school teacher and been there. And we
she
want to
can
do
make
that.
bank. Are you serious? Bro, y'all leaving money on the table.
Well, man, we're trying to help there's a lot of kids out there, man. That's kind of the
She could
heart.
teach 4 children for $100,000 a year.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna DM you on that. I'm gonna DM you on that. We'll cut you in when we make it work, for sure. We'll cut you in, and I'm gonna DM you.
I'm just gonna refer you to Chad, because Chad's wife is doing that. That's what she does. We all homeschool on this side of the internet.
Fair. I just want to.
And she a teacher? Oh, dog, listen. 4 kids, she out of here, man.
Yeah, she's got like certificates and specialties and specific stuff, and I help the bad kids because I was a bad kid, so I try to help them read and stuff like that. So you know what I mean. But we'll do that. And then on the second part of the education, man, one thing I want to encourage something. And maybe you're already doing it and I'm just late to the party, but I know you have some great producers, clearly, right? And, the whole thing is growing. And, there are folks out there trying to start podcasts. I've tried to start one. We put our last one up, me and my partner, a little over a week ago, and it was just a disaster. You know what I mean? We downloaded the OBS and worked on it, but, even if there was like a, $250 4-hour online course that your producers taught, on, you know, the nicks and the knacks of it. You know what I mean? How to get the window right in the corner, how to, you know what I mean, how to use OBS on, you know, Windows versus Mac, that kind of stuff. If your people would put out, you know, they could download and create a 4-hour course that would be downloadable behind a paywall. There's a lot of Hotep people, I think, that would love to start their own podcast. Just, you know what I mean, to spread the message and build their own business. Say it one more time, I'm sorry?
You said like an OBS course?
Yeah, something like that. Just how to produce a podcast. You know what I mean?
Did you try YouTube? Because that's where I learned.
Yeah, we tried YouTube, but like your producer's doing it, so it's a little bit higher quality, and you guys could sell. It would be a product. You know what I mean? That you know, you could actually absolutely monetize.
But specifically for OBS?
No, not just how to podcast, just how to produce a well-done podcast that looks professional. You know, just like I'm looking right now, I got you in the top left-hand window, then I got the gold price calculator, and I'm watching you on my TV via Rumble, you know, and then I have Syscoin and Brain Booster and all of that stuff. Yeah. How for somebody to create that, how to stream on multi-platforms at one time, how to, you know what I mean, the nitty-gritty basic stuff that people just need to learn, so when they hit go live, it looks good, which, so you know, will allow them to be in more places.
Let me ask you this. And by the way, my Cash App is Hotep Jesus, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I just did, okay?
Okay.
I just had somebody sign on. I don't know if I should say who it is. I'll have to ask him. He might be okay with it, but I'd rather ask him. So basically, we are in the middle of a 6-week boot camp, and I'm helping him. He's already launched his podcast, so I'm helping him, like, you know, it's a fairly new launch, obviously. So I've been helping him through that. I charged him $1,500 for a 6-week boot camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, this is the part I want to get your feedback on. It's not about OBS. It's more about like the business and getting everything up and promotion and marketing and branding and including social media promotions and all those things and kind of making sense of what's important and prioritize this over that, you know? How to get an audience, you know, a strategy, a go-to strategy, you know, those things. How do you feel about that stuff?
I love that. That's brilliant. And that's, you know, the secret. You know, my goal literally was to get up to about 1,000 monthly listeners and then beg you to be a guest. And then I was going to be fine.
Then you out of here.
Then it's cash to the top. But no, I love that. And I think I think that's the great thing is, you know, production is the part of it that nobody sees. You know, we watch, you know, us podcast watchers are like, oh, I want to do that. Go download this free software, hit go live. You're a podcaster, you know, but that doesn't work, right? But, you know what your offering does. So.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm like, I'm in the middle of a 6-week boot camp and me and him haven't even touched OBS.
Right, and not necessarily OBS, just that production side of it for folks. Maybe that would be the intro class.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like the production side of things is probably the least important.
Okay.
What's most important is audio. How quality that audio is. Your camera can be shitty, but your audio has to be on point.
See, I feel like I owe you $5 right now.
You do.
I do. I owe you way more. I have to join up monthly, man, because I'm starting to feel guilty of all this content I consume, man. You pump it out. But people don't understand how not easy it is. You make it look easy, and you're always laid back. But to crank out the amount of content you do every day and then on a monthly, and then, you know, promoting events and all that, man, it's not as easy as it looks. I'll leave it there.
Oh, God, listen, I'm drowning over here. Fucking dying. But yeah, you know, the production side of things, you know, like that seems to me to be the least important. However, that's a blind spot for me because now you telling me, I'm like, okay, maybe this is important. This is something we put into a course. You know, how to podcast. Yeah. Can I give you my pushback on the whole idea?
Please, I'm all ears. Yes.
I wrote a book called How to Dominate Twitter. And I'm actually partly responsible for all the grifting that you see on Twitter because I created it with my book. So like teaching people to podcast, I'm like, damn, here I go again, creating a bunch of monsters.
I do some anonymous writing for a conservative network that's very hot, and I'll leave it at that. And there's a guy on that network you've had recently as a guest on your show. It's a buddy of yours.
Yeah.
I do a lot of that line writing, or not a lot, but I do some line writing content for his boss and some of those guys.
Okay.
So, they release their clips, and you have a little 50 to 200 word description of what they're doing to tantalize people to watch the clip. Yeah, I do some of that freestyle stuff, freelance. Yeah.
I know you do. You're my audience.
I'm your white trash Swiss Army knife, baby. So, also, you might not know, on Instagram, I'm at C Hall Comedy. So I'm the one that made the little funny meme yesterday. So,
okay, all right. Am I following you?
I don't know if you're following me. I wouldn't expect it, but if you were, that'd be gangster. But I'm not trying to.
All right, tag me. I'll give you a follow. It's no problem. Tag me. I'll give you a follow. Let's connect.
Yep.
But
well, about this teacher stuff for real, because my wife went to college for 10 years to have special certificates for special education, and she's a grade school. She's got like 3 degrees on grade school mastery, and I just volunteer to help these kids, man. There's a lot of kids that just need some help, man. They need a little love.
Look, man, so, just fucking put together like a one-pager on what you want to do with the homeschooling program. All you need is a one-pager, and just get a bunch of parents that's interested. They're all going to ask for more information, and they're going to have questions. Pull together a meeting. Use that for. I'm giving you $10,000 worth of game right now, so you can play this back and write it down. But I'm telling you the plan. I'm gonna give you the plan right now. You owe me money though.
Yes, sir.
And basically go out there and you take the first group, and the first group is going to be sort of like your test group to find out, all the common questions and concerns. Once you get the common questions and concerns, you're going to have all the, things that appease those things, alleviate those things. Then now you take that and you improve your 1 sheet, and then you create a 5 sheet. Then you go to the next level and keep recruiting locally until you get, and what you want to do is you want to make this also exclusive. You're going to say, like, here's the amount of students, right? And you're going to say 4, right? You're going to set the number to 4, and you have to create the exclusivity. And creating exclusivity is what's going to make them sell like hotcakes. And you say, oh, yeah, anybody can get in there. Like, oh, it kind of creates like this perception subconsciously of low value. So if you say only 4 kids, they're going to think to themselves, wait, how do I got to make sure Johnny is one of these 4 kids? You see what I'm saying? And at that point,
it's the same as, I do small promotions, the same as a $10 ticket or a $25 ticket for the same act. A lot of times you'll sell more $25 tickets. Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. Yes, sir.
And then, you off to the races.
I owe you.
If you need more, help, I'm the strategy god. Hit me up, and we can make that happen.
Absolutely. Once again, you'll get a cut. You'll be an official partner. We got you.
Man. So. You the man.
And seriously, man, if you do, that podcast course as you have your first client, as you work through that, if you think, you could streamline it into an online course.
How about I just make you my next client? Because I can't give this sauce to everybody, man. It's a lot of. This is Hotep sauce. You can't just cast pearls to swine. I learned my lesson with my first book. It's still on sale. The only reason why I haven't pulled that back is because I've pulled back projects in the past, and I told myself I would never pull back projects again. So it's out there. It's a project. It's done. Although I don't like the grifters stole my work and created a fucking grift out of it, I have to be more responsible with any more courses going forward. So in the meantime, if you want this sauce, like I told you, I did a 6-week boot camp for somebody for $1,500. If you want some of that sauce, let me know.
Yeah, man. Check your Instagram DMs. I'm all up in there. I'm sliding in.
There we go. That's the best way to do it.
Man, thank you so much. Thank you for this call. I genuinely appreciate it, man. Great show today. Great calls.
Hey, thank
great
you, man.
information.
Appreciate you, yo.
Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Yeah, I'll be trying to tell y'all who my audience is. Like, the sponsors don't be knowing, but the sponsors got to understand that, like, when you watching the Hoteps, you watching who the ghostwriters watch. That was a ghostwriter that just called in. And we've told y'all this in the past, because these people on my network and I talk to them. Jordan Matthews, Hotep, salute. Shout out to my field warriors. You know what I'm saying? But this is the audience that we get. The producers of other shows watch the Hoteps. Everybody watching everybody, trying to get game from everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like to call it stealing, because I be watching the shit they do. Like, me and him going to talk. I'm going to find out what show he do, and I'm going to look at the show, and I'm going to steal something from them. Is it stealing, though? It's something that is, you know, it's pollination. It's cross-pollination. That's what it is. And I'm never mad at it. All I like is, let's work together. Don't steal my shit and then blackball me. That's corny. You know, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna steal your shit, but we can't talk. Like, no, let's have a conversation. Let's kick it. Let's jam. Like, let's really work together. Let's really cross-pollinate. That'd be my only thing. You know, don't try to ignore me after you done stole my shit. I'm not ignoring y'all. I'll talk about all of y'all, but y'all try to act like I don't exist and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you can't. Then you suck at it, because then you can't. You can't even ignore me because I'm everywhere. You know why?
Hotep.
That's why. We got the power of the ancestors behind us, man. They try to take a sacred name and desecrate it. J.A. said, I'm a homeschool mom. I clean my own house. Salute to J.A. and all the homeschool moms. Yo. You can get a nice little pod, man. Nice little pod. Homeschool some kids. You know? You know? All right. Let me just respect the callers. Was that? I think that was Jack. All right, caller. Or was it Nero? No, we spoke to him. If you wanted to call him, man, just go ahead, call him, man. I can't even. All right, so I was looking at the price of gold. That's another story for another day. I'm sorry. This is what, like, y'all inspire me. This, like, when y'all say certain shit, it make my mind go, and then I just be looking up shit. Anyway, all right. Illustrious king and queen, our sovereigns gave me. So we already know. Oh, we was talking about Louis D. St. Angel. That's right. So Louis, let's go back to Louis. So Louis is his financier, right? And you see right here, it says Louis was what? A converso. What is a converso? A convert. Someone, in this particular case, hold on. Yo, what up?
Yo, what's crack?
What's good, bro?
What's going on, bro? Man, I was going in and out of hearing what the callers were talking about. Shout out to the last caller, man. But shout out to you, man. You do make good contact, man.
Thank you, man.
Well, contact, bro. I've been listening to you since I think Young Pharaoh hopped on your shit. I was on my Young Pharaoh kick.
Oh, okay.
But as soon as I seen you had the interview with Baba Kaba, I was like, oh, okay, he a real nigga. I was like, yeah, okay, because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nigga had the Baba. I was like, oh, Baba Kaba? Because I was going through my, you know what I'm saying, Francis Cress Wilson.
Right.
Umar Johnson, old Umar, though.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying, before the school and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Old Umar was lit. I don't know what the fuck he on now.
Correct.
Shit, but all them studies, hell yeah, bro. But recently, nigga, I just came back from Europe because that's where I came in on the listening on the live, and I had, you know what I'm saying, do some, you know what I'm saying, I got to work and shit, I had to eat, whatever the fuck. Nigga, I just got back from, where was I at? Norway?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, man, I was like, where are the niggas? Like, everybody's just watered down. I don't know what the fuck they be watching. Everybody's on TikTok and the algorithm's messed up, but everybody's vanilla. Like, nobody has, like, knows nothing, no freedom of thought. Everybody just walking around white. Like, it's weird, man. Well, like, the general amount of people, you know what I'm saying? Where I was staying at with my uncle, you know what I'm saying? He was in a nice, you know what I'm saying? He got the Porsche shit, you know what I'm saying? My uncle balling, nigga.
Okay.
Pool in the crib, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Norway, nigga. I'm out here, nigga, but I'm back in the hood now because, you know what I'm saying, I got back. But shit, like, bro, like, I was in the hotel waiting on my fucking airplane, man, my airplane back, nigga.
Okay.
Man, like, I'm talking to people, you know what I'm saying? I went to the bar, you know what I'm saying? I'm just talking shit, you know what I'm saying? I met some little Thai bitch, you know what I'm saying? Got her in, you know what I mean? But I'm just sitting there. I found, like, some Swedish dude and some blue-haired, fat girl. We end up getting drunk, nigga. Like, like, she's in the, like, neoliberalism, and she's going to somewhere to go to some, like, rage or some EDM event. So I be, like, That shit just put an idea in my head. Like, that's how they be spreading most of the culture and shit through these raves and you know what I'm saying, other music events and all the other shit that niggas ain't listening to because motherfuckers stuck on rap for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers be missing out on the global, like, you know what I'm saying? Because information goes every way. You could listen to something on TV and backtrack it all the way to some ancient or, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything's connected somehow. So, like, motherfuckers just be closed off. They be missing off, man. They be missing out. You know what I'm saying? Got to expand your mind. Oh, man, but shout out to you, nigga. I got to go to work.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Man, save Europe, man. They need it, nigga.
Oh, man. God
They
bless
need it.
Europe.
Man, for real, man. Save my white folks, man. All right, Hotep and Bill. Y'all cool.
Saw another caller trying to get in there. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. She said, I don't need to go clean the classroom for a teacher. No shade. Yeah, no shade. There's no shade, no malice there. But I definitely feel you. I like this message, though. He said he wanted to, chip in. You really should. You really should. If you believe if you're sending your child to the school, you probably should volunteer at the school. You should. I think the problem is not enough parents are involved with the current school system, which is why it got the way it got. It's too late now to fix the motherfucker. You got a homeschool now. That motherfucker's infected. You cannot disinfect the public school nowadays. The only thing that could disinfect the public school? Sharia law.
Alhamdulillah.
You want to fix the school system? Let's start right there. Oh, shit. Goldstein calling in on the late call. Goldstein, what up, man?
What up?
What's good, Joe?
Yeah, everything after that bullshit PragerU video, I'm not privy to.
Okay.
But,
what you think about the PragerU shit?
Well, Dennis Prager is going to Dennis Prager. I was telling motherfuckers in that movement for the longest time that dude was a sleeper agent. I don't know why the fuck they wasn't listening, but I'm pretty sure they listening now.
Sleeper cell?
Straight up sleeper cell. Right there in his fucking early life.
Oh, here we go.
That's all they needed to know.
You can't just use that.
But listen. He's using that. He ain't that. He's using that. But you can look at the motherfucker and tell he lying. So one has to assume at that point that you're part of the problem. And then, you could tell the fucking tree by its fruits. What has he produced? Nothing but bullshit. So anytime these motherfuckers come out of the woodwork talking about, yeah, I'm that thing, you know what I mean? But you can look at a motherfucker and tell, yeah, you ain't that thing. You got to start looking at what they do. And eventually, all the bullshit rises to the surface. And now it's just PragerU's time. These motherfuckers got an agenda. And eventually that shit will be carried out. They always coming in looking like sheep. You know what I mean? The shit says it right there in Revelations 2:9, man. Synagogue of Satan. So, that's Prager for you. Eventually, like I said, they always rise to the surface. Now, as far as Jamel Hill, oh, buddy. Well, eventually, again, they always rise to the surface, man. This bitch talking about, oh, they wouldn't do a white woman like that. Man, listen. Whether they would or not, who fucking gives a shit? If you believe the system is that goddamn corrupt to where you actually get zero run in that motherfucker, zero consideration, then it would behoove you and the people that look like you to toe the motherfucking line until you can turn the motherfucking tables. So the fact that this bitch, what's his name, Carly, whatever the fuck, the
Carly
kid,
Russell?
Yeah. The fact that that bitch decided to step out of pocket, well, everything that happens to that bitch is her fault. Even if it's unjust, even if it's uneven, even if it's unfair. Because you know that you live in a system that is not really in your best interest. So until you can turn the tables in that system, you most certainly have to toe the line. And by towing the line, a motherfucker is not asking a whole lot. All a motherfucker is asking is that you just don't fake kidnap yourself. I mean, that's not a huge ask. So when you do some dumbass shit like that, well, I don't give a fuck how they treat you at that point. Harley Russ. And then you got this big case for it.
I agree. You know, I got no remorse when you out here messing around with people's lives like that. I agree.
Yeah. You know what's up with Eminem? Eminem, that nigga been an insurgent since the beginning. Remember, he came into hip-hop when it was still somewhat semi-conscious, somewhat semi-viable as a credible art form. And what the fuck did he do? He got in there and made a goddamn mockery out of it from day one. I'm going to kill my wife. I'm going to fucking do this. I got bodies in the trunk from day one. He's made a mockery of the art form. And now, since the art form has become the mockery that he made it, well, now he has to get in a different and more extremely dumbass direction, which is this. So he hasn't changed colors at all. Man's been on the mission since day one. Working for Jimmy Iovine and the rest of them.
Right.
I remember when hip-hop was a very credible and viable art form, okay, way back in the day. And, you know, Bryson Gray, he had a tweet today talking about how much of a sham the conservative movement he's now realizing it is. And he speaks on this shit as if it just happened. Nah, this shit been a sham, bro. This shit been a sham all the way back with what was it, Mitch Ulrich and all them motherfuckers who were a part of the American Family Association way back in 91 when they were telling Public Enemy that they couldn't put their video on MTV by the time I get to Arizona because they were banging on Arizona's head for not making Martin Luther King a holiday, right? Way back in the day when they was running Bob Martinez and the rest of them, Mel Grossman and the rest of them was running Two Live Crew off the fucking stage because they couldn't sing Pop That Pussy, right? That's how far back the conservative movement, and even further than that, has been a sham. And I'm not talking about conservatives or conservative principles. I'm talking about the conservative movement as sponsored by the Republican Party. The same goddamn party that gave us Newt Gingrich when he was talking about, you know, he had that forum encouraging advertisers to drop rap stations. Don't advertise on any rap stations. You know what I mean? Yeah, conservative movement. Again, that's very different from conservative principles and conservative people.
Correct.
That's all I got for you today, though, bro.
All right, man. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill.
Goldstein on the check-in. He right. Hold on, let me check on the chat. He said it's comedy. Alex Stein and Eminem are from the same place. J.A. still going in on y'all asses about homeschooling. Hey, listen, man, look, time's up. I couldn't get to the presentation today, man. Callers took up all the time. I did play Beat Street while Goldstein was talking. You know, y'all got to check that out. Beat Street. You know, this is a time period where he's talking about, you know, when hip hop was an art form. And this is one of those films. In fact, this is one of the first times I found love with a light-skinned woman. Shorty right here, man. This film came out in 1984. I was a young boy. You know what I mean? This was my crush. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the chick that got kidnapped in Commando, too. I forget. But word is bond, yo. You know, Beat Street was... You never watched Beat Street, you should probably you should go watch that. If you could find it. That shit was a dope movie. I remember being a little kid watching that shit. Mad little. All right, phone lines closed. Click, click. Phone lines closed. I'm punching the clock. Punching the motherfucking clock. But before I go, don't forget, who knows what I'm about to say? Who knows what I'm about to say? I'm going to pull it up. Bingo. Master Focus discount code. That QR code you see on the screen works. It works. You hit that. Going to take you right to the page. It's going to apply a discount code. A lot of people say they want to support me. Support me by supporting yourself. Get your brain boosters. We was talking about this earlier with the other cat who be, you know, biohacking off of nootropics and shit. Shout out to people that's biohacking. All my good biohackers out there. So if you're not a biohacker, this is a good introduction or a fucking fantastic introduction into biohacking. We got other biohacking products coming soon. But if you're into biohacking, so this is the affiliate link, which is still there because if you're an affiliate, I think it lasts like 2 weeks or something like that. But the Grift Report is the official coupon code. As you can see, that's a greater discount. This is the greatest discount we have on the platform is the Grift Report. This is for my people that watch the Grift Report. Get that discount right there. It's basically like half off original price. And become one of my clients. Become one of our clients, you know, and help me help you with the brain booster. You feel me? Now, remember, people ask me, you know, they didn't see the discount. When you go to checkout, you will see a discount. You have to go to your cart and then go to checkout. Once you go to checkout, you'll see it there. No worries, no worries. Fucking great, man. Today is what, Tuesday? I'm about to upload Project Rook interview from yesterday on the Spotify, and so that'll be on Spotify and Apple. And then tomorrow, 2 p.m. Grift Report with Cooley. We got Cooley Bravo joining the platform. You do not want to miss that. That's going to be super dope. Shout out to all my producers, Jason, Taylor, Jabari, Trish, Brody, Chad. What am I missing? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my white handlers. Shout out Leah. Can't forget Leah. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. 2 p.m., yo. Hotep and Bill.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.